Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way for another episode of Stateside Blues. Hope you are all well, and we're joined by the regular crew. Danny, Tariq, Kelster, how are you all? Ed will be here, but he just took his dog out for a walk.
Feeling pretty good, mate. Hope you're doing
feeling real good.
Oh, Ed, what a background. What a background. Hey, it was a great day of sports today. We'll just say that.
Am I on the Stateside Blues or Finding Nemo? Can't tell.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
So that's what we've got to do at the end of the day.
Ed, you're on mute.
I will say, Alfie had one of the most iconic tweets about, are you a shark with your mouth open? Or are you the fish who's going to just find yourself in the shark's mouth without even like swimming into it? You just kind of end up in it. So I didn't word it as well as he did, but go look up Alfie's tweet.
Well, good evening
to Alfie's in the chat.
Connor, Formidable, Adam Quinn, Ash, Tone, who's lying in the chat currently. Because I've never once said any keeper over any keeper. Cade, Briggs, Governor, Mima Soup, God, who else is there? Loads. Davey, BB is with us. Steve is with us. Mad Hatter's with us. Chris is with us. My God, everyone's there tonight. Something happened. Martin Mash is with us. Neil's with us. Something happened. I'm Guardiola's with us. Louis with us. There's been some news. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to start because the first part is all about Man City being respectful. But I know where everyone's going to want to start. So we might as well start with it because it's where everyone's going to end up going. So, Danny, you're going to be the adult in the room because Danny's already shouted at me off camera for being giddy.
I didn't shout at you. My voice was very calm.
You shouted at me and went, stop it.
Not shout.
You know, I had a little recording where we were going to come in with that, but I got told I weren't allowed. So, Danny, go on. You be the adult in the room on this one.
Well, favourable result today. Not quite an academy player bailing us out, but the brother of a former academy player scoring the equaliser. Tweeted out. He did more for us than Samadozi actually did. So, but yeah, no, you got to be sensible. You got to just put one foot in front of the other. And my full focus is on Newcastle. Arsenal can do what they want. At the end of the day, the ball's in either one of our courts now. We win one at a time. I don't think we will, but if we just win one game at a time, title's ours. But for now, anyone's title. Just got to keep going. Just got to put our noses to the grindstone and take it one step at a time. That's it. No point getting giddy beyond that.
Yeah, I agree with Danny. At the end of the day, while we're all excited and we're all, giddy at the fact that Arsenal have dropped points and it continues to apply pressure on them, and they're probably melting down in their streams and spaces and whatever else. The reality is, if we play Newcastle on the weekend and we don't win, none of this really matters. We have to go handle business, and we can't we can't win the league tomorrow. We can't win the league on the weekend. We just have to win each game at a time, one match at a time. And then if we can do that, the fact of the matter is, it is technically in our hands. If we win all of our matches, we win the league. Case done. But we got to win each individual day.
You know what? I'm going to bring a little bit more energy into this because, a lot of times this season, even myself,
it's going to slap you all back down now for your boredom.
Now, even myself, right? Like, we're quick to say all the negatives. We're quick to point out all what the team hasn't done or struggled with. And now we have a chance to grab and put our hands firmly on this trophy. Not to win it, but to claim our that we're here and that we're competing for it. And I wore black today because in the States, when you go to war, you put on some black. Okay? And it's time to go to war. This is what we're here for. This is where we brought in Semenyo and Gahey's to get us over the line, to be those catalysts for us. And they're starving for trophies too. That's why you come to a big club like Man City to compete for these trophies. So I know they're craving it. And, we got a lot of players in this dressing room that haven't done it before. And this season will just be an amazing season for them to get a taste of trophies too. So you know what? I'm going to come up here. I'm going to back the lads. I'm going to say that we're here to stay. I'm going to say that we're going to go into this weekend and we're going to win because this is our run-in. Pep said the other day, the last remaining games, all games are finals. And history, what I know from recent history, 12 games, 13 games to go to get across the finish line. No team in the league does it better than us. So let's go. I'm ready for it. Everybody in chat, I hope you're ready for it because you better buckle the fuck up because it's going to be a ride. And let's go.
Pep out, Bernardo out, Unks out, everyone out. Oh shit, no, we're in a title race. Balls to that. Everyone back in. Everyone back in.
We'll talk about the summer. We'll talk about the summer after the season. We'll talk about the summer after the season. But now,
that is very much unlike you, Ed.
No. We'll talk about the summer. We're fully in the running time. We can talk about who's leaving and going after we get some silverware. Then we can do all that, so they can go out on a high.
I'm gone. Grandpa's here. Grandpa of the group's here.
Who?
Why are you wearing a hat, a woolly coat, and a scarf?
It's probably like -10 and
What? I got a mini snowstorm. I just ran into the house.
Oh, I was going to say, you know, I'm central eating.
I do,
depressing.
but I like to warm up first before I take off the layers.
Big house to warm, I understand.
Oh, get out of here.
Those 22 rooms, take a lot.
Yeah, I wish.
I wouldn't want a house with 22 rooms.
So you'd have to clean it.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a cleaner.
No, you get one of those robots that just sweep up, you know.
Good evening, Racer. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I see the panel and the smiles is nice. It's great to see you guys. Everyone's looking well. We didn't even play today, and everybody's happy. Everybody's smiling. It's nice. It's a nice experience.
We're very easily happy in this world, aren't we?
Yeah, it doesn't take much. Which is absolutely beautiful. Thanks for having me on the show.
Spoilers. I've been drinking, so that's why I'm smiling.
Fair enough. Continue to hit the like button, people. Subscribe if you haven't. Well, I know Martin likes to.
No, Big Day. We're banning that word on this channel. We're not doing that.
Slow down.
I mean, it worked the last time you said a similar word. When you said the treble, that worked.
No. I'm not going to slag Arsenal for arrogance, and then we go back.
We can't be those people. We can't
say
be
quads now. We can't.
If someone pulls a muscle in their upper leg, what are we going to say?
Yeah. If Harlem, God forbid,
have a pulled muscle in their upper leg.
Well. Yask's already out for the season. Let's.
But how are we going to say that the name of the muscle if we can't say quad? Anyway,
I hear you.
or attempt to be funny. We move.
He's going, wow.
Guys, I think we should actually just take a moment and actually let's reflect on how we were acting earlier in the season. I think we should all take an account, look in the mirror, and realize, you know what, we've got a manager and players that are trying to figure out what it takes to win, and winning isn't easy. We're seeing that in terms of who we're going up against, who, you know, for 5 years now, 4 years realistically, have been trying to do it, and it hasn't been easy. And we're trying to do it ourselves with, you know, a difference in terms of players, and obviously a manager that's trying to get these new groups of players to win, and obviously learn a different system, because we've been the target for so many. We've been the target for so many that have studied us, analyzed us, figured out what we do well, what we don't, and they know how to deal with us. And our manager's been trying to reinvent. He's been trying to reset, try to collaborate, re-collaborate these players, right? So I think we got a great opportunity here. I'm not going to get overly gassed and say, you know what, we're expected to win every game moving forward, and the only drop points that we're going to see are from Arsenal. But let's recognize how difficult it is to win. Let's actually take some time. And now we back the boys, because we got a tough game versus Newcastle. That's not going to be easy, but what an opportunity! What an opportunity! We should all, again, as City fans, and you know me, I do CIA on Sunday, so I have to hit you guys with a little bit of an agenda here. Let's not diminish or downplay what Arsenal are. They are the best team in Europe. They are the best team in the Prem. Us chasing them down does not mean that they're any less of quality or of good of a squad or team that they have been.
Vader, you got to save this for you gals. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
this is elite level. This is elite level trolling right here.
Martin, you're on mute.
Well, I know what he's trying to do, because if we diminish what they're doing when we beat them to the title, it will diminish what we have done, because they were crap anyway. The fact of the matter is, I mean, I do think they're crap, because they should have put us away. They should have been well out in front of us. But the fact of the matter is, they're just not good. And so because of that, we're going to overtake them.
Magneto.
Guys, stop.
The chance.
Guys, stop 1 minute. I know it's your show, and I'm not trying to. Vader's doing it will be sweeter if we win the league, because Arsenal are the greatest team in the world.
Right. I understand what he's doing.
They are, though.
The best
I don't want us rewriting things. I know we're all giddy. I know we're all happy. We got to calm things down a little bit.
I know everyone's in the chat giddy. We're not won the title. I know everyone's on the giddy train. I've just said it. Danny is writing away. We can't say Arsenal.
Did he freeze?
See, even the gods, the football gods, doesn't would you even say that? So, yes, we got to be level-headed.
You're back.
Yeah. Roomba, you're going to need a Roomba for every room in that house, Vader. I'm just saying.
What I was saying was, we can't say Arsenal are the arrogant fan base, and they're not, because tonight I've talked about Man City disrespect. Now we're going and doing the exact same thing they're doing.
No, but see,
yes, I make his favourites.
What?
I agree. I make his favourites for the league now.
Stop it. What are you
Well, I mean,
we're 5 points off. How are we favorites to win this?
Technically, it's in our hands.
We do have a game in hand.
Okay.
Technically, it's not in our hands.
Hold on, it is, because if we win our game in hand, and then we beat them, that would put us ahead.
Right, everyone, stop. Right, we'll do it on opinions. Just have your opinion then, if you want to go in there. I just choose which way you want to go.
See, Martin, this is what I was going to say during the disrespect.
Can we boo Martin? Can we boo him?
I know we always try to turn the cheek and everything, but you know what? I'm tired of turning the cheek. We've been getting shit on all season. I'm ready to do some mudslinging. I'm ready to talk some shit, because everybody has been talking shit about us. About our defense is the worst thing ever. Our high line is the worst thing ever. Our manager is the worst thing ever. So you know what? I'm going to take some time here to throw some mud, because damn it, I'm tired. I'm turning the other cheek. I'm tired of hearing all this, how Arsenal is the greatness and all this other stuff. And we're We're trying to get it together, and you guys shouldn't even really be here. You should be happy you're here. Our manager's going to leave at the end of the
right.
season.
But Ed, no, I
I'm
get
tired
that.
of all that stuff.
Ed, we're doing a show tonight on the disrespect to Manchester City. I don't want to then now start disrespecting that. It's an old saying that my dad used to have. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
And my dad told me somebody
We're not in a
punched
school
you, talk shit to you,
playground.
you better punch them back.
Right, no, I get that, but we're not. No, we can talk about the disrespect, but let's not start talking quads and trebles. Like,
No. I agree with that.
I was taught that there's a time for talking and there's a time for action.
We're not being negative.
Let's talk after the action of our game after Newcastle.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Magnus. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh no, I was saying Magnus's comment is like hilarious to me. Very nice of Arsenal to give up the title for Lent. That's just like that's hilarious.
Great from House
That is
Captain.
hilarious. I'm going to copy that and post that on Twitter and Blue Sky and everywhere else.
I would
that's
highlight
hilarious.
Steve's comment too in the chat. That's pretty funny.
No, I'm not doing quad father or treble daddy. None of that is out.
Martin's only doing champions elect.
I'll do champion.
There you go.
No, the reason is I stood on stance with that back in June. I admittedly had a little slip a couple of weeks back for some weird reason. No one picked me up on that we're going to be champions in June, but they're all picking me up on we had a slip when everyone had given up on the league. I was last man standing on that point. But anyway, what I will say is, we'll get into it. The Manchester City disrespect. I think that's happened not just with rivals. I think that's happened within a minority of our fan base as well.
That's fair.
I think we've been very quick to disrespect Pep, disrespect our own players, forget history that we've always done. I think we've allowed rivals to get into our heads. We've allowed Arsenal to believe that they're the greatest team ever created on the planet of the earth. There's another one that's come out this week. They've scored 90 goals. Like that's some sort of, but it's not 90 Premier League goals.
We have 93, so it's.
Well, we've now got
something to brag about.
All competitions now. I went on a show yesterday, and the opening line was, "Excuse my language, fuck Manchester City."
I watched that show. That was
every single
that
person
guy's worse than
laughed.
Paz.
Was that the one today?
No, yesterday.
Oh,
every
yesterday.
single person laughed at it.
I have
And
never.
I just feel as though Manchester City, we've allowed ourselves to be talked about like we are some finished club. Like Pep Guardiola is washed up, and we all bought into it. Many were saying this, and now they're out there saying they're going to win. People claiming that we're going to win the league when they had us fourth themselves. We drew at Brighton, we drew at Tottenham. Oh, sorry, we got beat by Tottenham. We then drew at Tottenham, and everyone was losing it. We got beat by United, and everyone was Pep out, this player out, he's finished, they're finished. And now, I think the disrespect has gone too far, because I think it's gone beyond banter levels.
Right. But this is like where I kind of disagree with you. I think the football will speak for itself. Like you said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I don't feel the need to bite back at that. Again, we win the league, we win the cup, whatever. That'll shut them up. We don't need to get back at them before the die has been cast.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this might be controversial for some reason. I don't feel the same rivalry with Arsenal fans that I did with United fans, even Liverpool fans back in the day.
Yeah.
That felt like deep-rooted rivalry. This just feels petty and childish. Doesn't feel the same to me. That's why I'm like, they can chat, they can talk their talk. We'll shut them up.
It's like your younger brother talking shit to you all the time, Danny. It's like
Well, Arsenal aren't my brother. They don't know us like that. United, Liverpool, they've been in.
We're title rivals for
Fergie, Mancini, Pellegrini, both managed us. Pellegrini against. Pellegrini never had a title race against United, but you know what I mean. There used to be proper managerial rivalries. Pep and Arteta, they just feel very huggy, very friendly. I just don't like where it is now. I don't feel the rivalry between City and Arsenal, but opinions are opinions.
Well, it's not a rivalry because one team always wins. So it's not really a rivalry.
Well, we haven't beaten them in God knows how long, so that's.
Well, one team wins all the trophies. They haven't won a trophy in 5 years. We'll see
Well,
if that continues this year. I don't know. I'm not. Look, they might win a trophy this year. I'm not saying they won't, but until they do, they haven't won anything yet. And I think they have this psychological barrier that is like the walls are caving in on them very slowly. You know what? This game today, which I will admit I did not watch because I am retired from hate watching because I jinx it every time I watch it. So I'm not doing it.
Hey, you did your role. You did your job. You didn't watch.
That's my
I'm with
job
you.
now is to
I'm
watch
with you.
something else. I was too busy watching USA hockey in the Olympics and the Champions League.
So even when they talked about it on the Champions League, I didn't even turn over. I will wait till it's all done.
Nice.
Well, we had some people who were watching the game. They were watching because I stream with people who like can watch 5 screens at once. I can barely focus
can't
on
do
one
that.
screen.
I can't.
Anyways, we did hear the news and they were giving the updates. But yeah, this game gave me vibes of that 3-3 they had against Southampton in the season that we ended up going on to win the treble.
Well,
Same
well,
kind of
there's
vibes.
nothing. I mean, I don't know. Paddy Power in the UK is paid out on Arsenal being champions. That's disrespect. You don't pay out on champions in February.
Also, they
Wow.
hate us,
So,
so they
so
always say
I
bad things
understand
about
that,
us on
but
their Twitter
does
account.
it, from a business standpoint, if you pay out at a smaller amount, does that?
No,
Stadium.
they don't pay out a small amount. They still get whatever. So whatever they betted on, they still got to pay out on. Doesn't get
Really?
smaller because they pay out early.
Yeah.
Well, then
That's only
super
like
good. That's dumb.
Tyree, that's only if you're the better and you want to cash out before the end of the game or something. If you want to take,
Yeah, see, I just assumed that they were
take-
basically like, if you want, I'll pay you out now, and you just take this amount, or you wait till the end
Yeah, I
of the
didn't
season,
realize
and there's
it was
no
the full amount.
guarantee. That's what
I'm
I
not
would
a gambler,
assume
but I
that would
didn't
happen.
realize it was the full
Otherwise,
amount.
why would they do it? That's just stupid. Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, that would be disrespectful, and like it's over with. And again, it just goes to show how far
Is anybody else's
how
sound a
crap
bit?
they are.
A bit.
No,
I think.
we're good now. That was
I'm
early.
good.
That was
Oh, is it
early.
just me? It might be
sounds
me.
good.
Apologies, pardon. My Wi-Fi dropped out for a second. Yeah, mustn't be getting it's raining. Just want to do these super
The
chats
grass
and
too
memberships on the
long.
comment. Louis for the 25 months. Big up yourself, mate. Thank you so much. We'll get you on a show soon. Cade with the 32 months. Cade, you were in the camp of everybody out. We were crap. Don't forget that. Cade, I'm not letting it go, mate. Not letting it go. I don't want to see you if we win that league in May and you're on the pitch. Me and you are going to have quite word in the corner. Big up. FIFA with the £5. I said from day one we'll win the quad. I've never given up. Fire, Shark. Now let's win a game 7-0. The league is ours. Big up, mate. Yourself.
Wow.
And thank you for the support. Big up, Foggy, as well. Big up, mate. Yeah, to me, Danny, when I say disrespect, I'm not meaning it from me. I think the disrespect has come from everybody, media, and I'm not saying we have to do it back. I just think City have been too disrespected this season as a whole. The amount of people who've given up on Pep Guardiola and every single player. I mean, it was only a week ago. People were having Sam Lee and the media pundits were causing a big storm over Trafford and bloody Donnarumma.
No, it's the internal stuff that gets me. It's our own fans that get me. Rival fans, it's their job to tear us down. They can do what they want. But our own fans, giving up on the team they've seen win time and time again and overcome adversity time and time again. Again, we had a 3-game sticky patch a month ago. It was Pep out, players out. Now everyone's happy clappy again. And like you said, I remember the names. I remember who said what. So,
Yeah.
Danny's got receipts.
I've covered it. Of course I do.
Do you know the big thing for me is City have always been we've always been the turtle and the haze. Turtle and the hare. Tortoise and the hare, sorry, not turtle.
Mm-hmm.
We've always been the tortoise. We've never been the hare. We've been the hare once, which is when we did the 100 points. Other than that, we've allowed everyone to go off on the little tangent. Arsenal have been further ahead at a later stage before now, in 23-24. And that's why I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. People have just forgotten what City do. Pep's talked about it 1,000 times. Why I keep saying, not bothered what we're doing now. Ask me again in February, March.
Yeah.
That's when I go down. That's when the accelerator hits the floor. Everyone's desperate to win a league in October and November. And no one wins leagues in November and December. Arsenal fans were doing exactly what they had to go at Tottenham fans were doing. Remember when Tottenham used, I know it was a long time ago, but when Tottenham used to be top of the league in October, and they were doing bus parades and everyone out, and Arsenal fans are going, what are you doing? It's way too early. And Arsenal fans have gone and done the exact same thing. And then they deny it and cry they were being disrespectful. Luke, big up MCFC lads, Luke has turned round and has said a very, very good big up LB Raiders. The thing that got me is Luke, MCFC lads, one of the nicest, truest Man City fans you'll ever meet. Big up, Luke, by the way. I know you watch, mate. Big up. You know, never let the haters get to you, mate. Never. You've always got our backing, mate. But the simple fact is, all Luke said on the overlap was, I'll respect you when you do it. I'm not going to respect form. But for some reason, form has become more important than longevity.
Yeah, it's just people are very. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And
you know what? I did say that after the derby. I'm never denied, but that's part of the problem, Brian. We're too busy on Martin said this, Luke said that, Danny said this, Alan said that. We're too busy on trying to be right and wrong. At the time, people can change their mind on new evidence provided to them. People can. But I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting Arsenal to open the door for us and hold it open. I thought we'd have to kick it down. Instead, Arsenal are holding the door open for us and going, hiya, come in. Arsenal are setting the table.
But see, that's what I'm saying, Mark. Like,
but it means
why,
nothing, Ed, if we don't beat Newcastle on Saturday.
But see, this is what I meant though, Mark. For some reason, people create all these narratives, right? And everybody was saying, this is not the same Arsenal. This is not the same Arsenal. What facts have they been given that nobody else has seen to say Arsenal won't do what they normally do? You know, and for some reason that narrative was spread across the whole thing. But when we talk about our team improving, when we talk about how Pep has changed tactically and how we have players that are coming in the form with O'Reilly and everything going into the midfield, for some reason that just falls on deaf ears and everybody thinks we're going to fall away or that we're lucky to be here. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if and that's what I mean by the disrespect. There's been too much disrespect by our own fans and everyone else. And everyone, it's like the Docker, the Savio, the Trafford, the Donnarumma. This is a time now where we have to be. I want on Saturday to walk into Etihad Stadium. This is my pray, and we have to now generate a treble winning season, like togetherness.
Oh, support! You mean support, encouragement?
Yeah.
Back. Okay.
We've literally got to back these boys. It's 12 games.
Yeah.
12 games left. We've got a cup final. And all I've heard is, the other thing I heard yesterday was City don't need to turn up on the 22nd of March because the trophy's already won.
Wow.
I was told that we were going to be giving them a guard of honor at the Etihad.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
And given everything that's happening, there's every chance we get the top of the league by the time they play the cup.
I'll be honest. I said something along those lines, and I apologize for saying that.
Danny's got receipts on himself.
That was
You gave up on half the squad, mate.
Me.
Oh, that removal was nasty. That was
Cade.
nasty.
Oh no, I know how Cade is. We all know.
Cade's trying to get one over me when he told me Oscar Bob was going to be the greatest player, and he's now at Fulham.
Oh, he has a chance
Oscar Bob, can Oscar Bob do us a favor? Have they played Fulham twice yet? Gabby Jesus apparently did us a favor today.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Think you'll get a retrospective, Rick Hart?
But we've got to do our own job. On Saturday, go out, beat Newcastle. Then we go on. Because we have still got some tough games coming up.
Yes.
It's in our hands. But now we've got to beat Arsenal at the Etihad. We've got to do it. It's in our hands. We've got it exactly where we want it. It's in our hands now.
No, there was no red card on Jesus.
Well, no, I was wondering if they would give him a
Forget
retrospective
Arsenal at the
one.
Etihad. We need to beat Newcastle at the Etihad on Saturday. The last thing I want to do is get hoisted by my own petard. Can we just focus? Can we do what Ruben Diaz said, one game at a time? Focus just on ourselves.
We've always done that, Kel. John Stone said
game against Arsenal.
Remember what John Stone said when he was in the England squad with Declan Rice. He said, like, "Are you worried about an upcoming fixture?" And he says, "Mate, I don't even know who we're playing next weekend."
Yeah, I remember.
That's because that's the mentality that the squad do. They focus on what's happening in front of them, not worrying about what's going to happen weeks in advance. So, yeah, I think I look at it. I'm like, that squad's definitely in their little WhatsApp group chats right now, talking about the result that's just happened and saying, right, this is where we go into our cup final mode and must win every game until we don't need to anymore.
Yeah. I think I read a quote somewhere, somebody saying that every game is a final from now on. Every game is a final from now on for Manchester City if we want to win this
just like
league.
it has been every other league chasing for every league title.
Correct.
Except this ain't Prime Liverpool chasing us down. Well, I mean, I know they said they had the best squad ever assembled, and we're taking Chelsea's 15 goals down, and we're chasing Centurions down, and we're going to win the quad, and blah, blah, blah. So maybe we do have a battle.
If Arsenal played in South America, they'd win every trophy because they're really good at
playing. I'll leave you guys in
football.
charge for 2 to 5 minutes. So
they're really going to play what football?
Yeah.
Take your time, hurry up.
You know, while the cat's away, the mice will play.
Oh.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, and again, it comes down to what I've always said about Arteta. He's too worried about winning battles and forgets about the war.
That's one of the best.
Look at his record against top 6, and then it's like, mate, what do you do? What do you do with the other remaining 13 teams?
But this is the thing, right? When you have a team that, and maybe this is where psychological and everything else, when you're up away at Wolves and you're settling for a draw or you're trying to defend, like, that's not the right mindset to have when you're trying to kill off a team, or when you're trying to. And I get, they can rely on the defense, but for the past month in the league, that defense has looked shaky.
Do you think they come to us and try to play for a draw, or do they?
100% they try to play for a draw. 100% they try to play.
Technically, they are still 2 points ahead of us if we win.
So if they play for the draw, but that again, that's the mentality that we talked about those years, a couple years ago.
I think the worst scenario, Tariq, could be when they come to the Etihad if we're top of the league.
Oh,
then they're going to
if we're already
be forced to play, which puts it in our hands even more.
But see, Pat, they would get up. Yeah. They would go up, try to score first, whatever, and then try to sit back.
Lock it down.
I wouldn't be surprised if we shithouse them the same way we did at the Emirates earlier in the season, where we drop back. Regardless of whether we need to win or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we do a bit of a shithouse on them.
I don't know. I'm getting some confidence based on this adjustment that Pep has made. When he put Nico O'Reilly in the midfield and actually put a physical body in there next to Rodri, which is I've been crying for all season, that shows me that there's something that to me solves so many of our problems. So that's given me a lot of confidence going forward. Obviously, there's a lot to do. Let's take it one game at a time. But the fact that Pep is starting to do that, because he does this, he'll do that tactical adjustment. He'll stick to his 11 from now on. If that gets the job done, I ain't going to say a single word. I was just waiting for him to do it, and he did it. So thank God.
And I think Saturday is just another opportunity for us to send a message too, right? That that we are here, and that we're going to capitalize every time you guys drop points, because all that's going to do is going to build on the pressure, because we already know how their fan base is going to react, and they're going into a big game, a derby on Sunday too. So if we can just apply more and more pressure, I think today's game shows you that you don't know what can happen, because that's just how football is. There is a saying, football is a humbler.
Just win. Win on Saturday, and that will rattle them. I don't care. I don't even know what we play after that.
Does anybody
win on Saturday against Newcastle?
Win on Saturday because we have to win on Saturday. I don't care how they feel.
Yeah.
Win on Saturday.
I'll ask you this question, Danny.
Focus on ourselves.
When we play on Saturday against Newcastle, do you want to see a statement win, or do you just want us to just keep going about?
I just want to
go about our business.
Get 3 points. Just get 3 points.
I wouldn't say
we're going to have a lot of fresh players in that game. Bernardo, Nunes, and Holland all had 10 days off. So
wouldn't-
we
yeah.
should be able to win that game.
I wouldn't say put like 6 past them. I'd just say keep winning the way we have been winning the last month. Put a couple goals past them and look solid at the back. Don't look like conceding all too often. That's fine.
I agree with you too, mate, because we just said on LB's show, I said I feel like Arsenal showed their hand earlier in the season, November, December, as to how good they can actually play. And if we go in there and we can get a good win against Newcastle and not exactly be at 100% or even be out of second or third gear, I think it's going to play on them psychologically quite a lot. And the closer we get to those 2 fixtures, the Cup and the league fixture at the Etihad, it's going to play on them more because they play on emotion too much, Arsenal. And I think if we just keep going about our business and don't necessarily show how good we can actually be, I think it's going to play on them a lot more. It'll be no different to what's happened the last few seasons.
Go look at Gabriel's reaction to that own goal. Nobody in our team does that. Just go, flew, all this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the game against Newcastle,
like, pounding the ground and all that. Sorry. I'll stop.
No, go ahead. Finish. I'll let you finish.
No, that was basically it. We don't pout and cry when we give up an equalizer. There's some glum faces, but there's no arm waving. There's no fist like pounding the ground on your knees. Like, damn. You know what I mean? Like we just go about our business.
Villa away was a good one.
Yeah. I think the Newcastle game is important this coming because we play them at least one more time after this too. We need, just be in their head that they can't beat us. They beat us early in the season, yes, but if we go,
we drew that game.
We drew. We didn't win it. I guess that's how I should have said it. So if we go and win again, it just puts in their mind that when we meet again in the FA Cup, there's no hope for them. They just can't. So I think mentally, we need to beat Newcastle for what it means for the league, but also for mentally what it says to Newcastle that we're just better than you. You don't have a chance when we meet up again and potentially again after that. So I think there's a couple of reasons why that game is important.
Yeah. Every win you string together, it makes the belief between the players stronger and stronger. We're on a 4-game win streak. Then it becomes 5, becomes 6, becomes 7. And then not in a complacent way, but they'll start to fancy themselves in any game. And that's why the Liverpool game was so big. Because we don't have games of that difficulty for a while. We've shown that we can win the hardest of hard games. Now we have games that, again, on paper, we should be winning. We've seen that the league is unpredictable this year. But again, we have an opportunity to put a win streak together. So really, really hope we can do that. And just the players can get more confident.
We actually did lose. It was 2-1 on November 22nd.
Yeah, we lost at Newcastle. Yeah, we lost.
2-1.
They haven't. We've also won 2 straight games against them. So let's make it 3. We went to St. James and beat them, and I think that was massive for some of these players. Like Nico O'Reilly, he started in that game as a lone 6, and he succeeded. That's just going to build his confidence. Like a lot of these players just don't have that experience that some of our veterans do. Like Bernardo knows how to get it over the line. He's done it 6 times. Phil Foden knows how to get over the line. Ruben Diaz, Rodri, Holland, those kind of players do. But like the Nico O'Reillys, the Nico Gonzalez's, Mark Gahey just showed up. Husanov, like a lot of these players who are playing a lot of minutes don't know how to get over the line. So you have to take these little, like the Liverpool game was huge for their mentality. That game, even though it was a cup game at St. James, huge for their development. And now they're like, okay, I've got like a little bank I can draw from of experience, and you just keep building on it. And you keep building on it, and we hopefully it turns into a trophy. We'll see. But I can't get too ahead. I'm literally at 1 game at a time mode right now.
And this is why in these moments is what makes our January business even look better, right? Because it just shows the club's intent, and also you're bringing in players that are hungry for those big honors, that are hungry to be playing in those big games, and they're going to be. You want to bring in players that want to play against Liverpool away, that sees that trophy at the end of the light and says, you know what, I want to make my mark here at this club and be remembered for winning the majors. And that's why you got to give credit to the club for the business they did in January for those 2 signings. And, for the other guys too, it's just these are the moments where you can cement your legacy at the club. And like what Danny said, it's 1 game at a time, and that belief gets bigger and bigger. And then, that cup final is now becoming bigger and bigger every game. So, hey, man, I like where we are.
Also, Mark Gahey didn't come here to finish second. You can tell that guy wants to win. And I love what he has brought to our team. I cannot believe that Liverpool didn't go back for him or didn't pay the extra money for him. But we got him, and I think that could end up. I keep saying Turkey and Donnarumma the signing of the season. It could be Mark Gahey. Guy's amazing. I love the guy. Just wanted to give.
Can I just say, Simon, thank you for the 25, my man. Thank you so much for your continued support. And FIFA again with another $5. It doesn't matter who said what. We are Blues, stick together. We are all Blues. Let I like it. Togetherness wins. I like that. So lovely.
This Gay signing has reminded me a lot of the Ruben Diaz signing 6 years ago. Bought him almost out of desperation after a string of poor results, and he's fit like a glove. He's improved our defense tenfold and looked like he's been here for 5 years. So shout out to him.
Yeah, and a mentality too. Just that guy, you can tell when he goes out there, he's always going to be like a 7 out of 10. He may not be spectacular, but he's just solid and he gets the job done. And for him, I mean, it's only been a few games, and he looks like he's been playing under Pep for 2 or 3 seasons now. I mean, that's incredible.
Well, I did get told that apparently it's unfair that we spend money, and it's unfair that we're going out doing what we do.
Was that after they lost?
No, apparently the transfer window is only open. Big up, Steve. How you doing, mate?
Hey, big
By the way, I'm going to message you soon. Being told want you to come in a Friday show if you're around. So yeah, I'll message you soon, Steve. We told him, mate. After Vic Tage's performance burst, would you have him in the City squad next season? Let's focus on this season. What I'll do is I'll star that and put that in the Q&A section in a bit, Cade. R-Swipe gifted 5, Mancunian Way gifted. So
what you just call him? That's not very nice.
But that's his name.
It did sound like that, didn't it? It did sound like that.
I know it is. By the way, that's exactly what I've said. We need the Etihad rocking now on Saturday. We need
fans in the seats.
We need that 23-24 spirit. We need that treble winning togetherness now.
Mate, we need chanting and Mary D's hours before the match.
We need
we need to get it all together.
I know it's a little premature, but if we could get that Arsenal game like it was against the Real Madrid, the atmosphere in the 4-0, where to this day Valverde and Vinny Jr. still cannot believe how crazy the atmosphere was. Get it like that. Like for that game, they will crap their pants. I promise you.
We have a tougher schedule ahead. Arsenal are easier. We're still 5 points.
And I see people bringing this up. Like they still have to play Everton. They have to still play Bournemouth. Like those teams aren't rollover teams. Like they still have competition too. So
have we gone to Bournemouth yet? I don't remember. Have we?
Yeah, we still have to play Bournemouth away. I think it's like
believe it or not, Arsenal's next 2 are Tottenham away and Chelsea at home.
And we'll see how they do. It's up to us.
Well, let's beat Newcastle. And then we'll. I
think to me, I mean, any game at home, I'm always looking at a W. The one I do have a little bit, not worry, but I worry it could be a banana skin is the Leeds away one.
I would even say Burnley away might be a banana skin, just because we don't know where they're going to be in the relegation table at that point.
With respect, Kel, a bit like if you can't beat Burnley away, you shouldn't be.
I don't think we played that well against them at the Etihad.
But
again, like I said, I think you were away. I think this tactical change of putting Nico O'Reilly, a big body in that midfield, has made a dramatic difference. So maybe it'll be a different game.
We won 5-0.
Was it 5-2?
That Burnley game is like 3 days off of being exactly 7 years after we beat them in 1919, which is kind of.
Where have you got the Burnley game at home? Was hard.
I feel like we just didn't play well in that game. It was just goals. Was it 5-0? I don't know.
It was 5-0. It was
5-1, but we struggled for like 60 minutes. But again, we're complaining about 5-1. It's
at the Turf Moor, which Liverpool barely had to have a scam a penalty in the 90th minute there.
But again, one game at a time.
I'm just saying I'm not overlooking them because that would be, I think, like you said, don't be arrogant. So I don't want to overlook
anybody. You got to go win every single match. And so,
hang on. We're going the other way now. We're going from being overconfident to now shitting ourselves at every single.
No, but who cares about Burnley? It's like late
Yeah,
April.
You got to take care of business, but I'm not
Who
concerned.
cares
I mean,
about Leeds until
you know,
we almost
but again-
almost drop points to them at home.
Exactly. Go on.
But the Leeds games the next is our next two. Newcastle at home, Leeds away.
Yeah, 2 is greater than 1. 1 at a time, not 2 at a time.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about potential banana skins.
Sure.
Well, yeah, they're
That's what I'm looking at. I'm sorry,
they're
Danny,
in the
but
drop zone,
I'm sorry,
so
but
they
I'm
could
more
give us a
confident
tough
about
game.
Newcastle at home than I am Leeds away at the minute.
Again, Martin, they're all banana skins. No one expected Arsenal to drop points today.
I'm not saying they can. I'm not saying that they will. I'm just saying is that you can't compare Burnley away to Leeds away when one's in 2 weeks and one's in 2 months.
Fine.
See, I don't even
That's
know.
what I'm
I just
trying
know
to
we
say.
have players.
Guys, it's not a bad thing to have a little chess. I'm just going to say that too, right? It's not a bad
Well, I don't know where we're going here. For someone
to
else
have
says
a little chess. Like it's like we don't got to be parabolic with it, talking about quads and trebles. But at the same time, we can have some chess here because of what we've done and who we have as a manager. I think we can have some chess. I think it's okay to have some chess.
But why we've been lucky? That's the bit I don't get. I disagree with that. I don't think we have been lucky. I think people are looking at it. I think where, again, this is my opinion, I think people are expecting us to go and rock up 97 points. I don't think you're going to get many teams hitting 97, 98 points anymore.
Not for a while.
I think those days have gone.
Longer.
Yeah, there's too many games. The players,
So-
there's just too many games. The quality has decreased, and there's just not a lot of world-class talent anymore.
If you look, again, we got to finish this season first, right? But if you project ahead to next season, where we have a much more settled squad, now maybe that's unfair because depending on who all leaves and who we have to bring in, because this last season we knew Rodri was hurt and it messed up our season. We ended up having to injury crisis. We had to go get people in January, so we were trying to just get to Champions League. This season, again, Rodri hasn't come back fully. He's starting to come back into his normal self, and so whatever. We had, again, people have to come in, changes, whatever. So, is there a chance that a more settled City squad next year could be back to that 90 plus?
Potentially, yeah, potentially.
We'll have to see.
I still
I'm
think there's
not
going to be
until
some
things
turnover
change-
in that midfield.
yeah,
That might
Until things
bring back.
change, I think 90 points in the next few years will probably win you a league title and win the league
I'm
title
sure
comfortably.
everyone's tired of me saying this, but I say on every show, the league is too strong now. There's every away game is difficult. You used to be able to walk into 5 or 6 stadiums and expect 3 or 4-0 wins. The league's not like that anymore. So
Also,
True, Danny.
it's gonna
That
be a
mid-table,
weird
that mid-table
couple of
now is
months.
so strong in the league. It's so strong.
Again, Newcastle 6 years ago, easy. Villa, when they first came up 7 years ago, not first came up, but when they came back up, easy. Brighton used to be easy. Those are all really difficult games.
Fulham away.
Also, there's going to be a hangover after the World Cup next season to start the beginning of the season. Like, we're probably going to have some players who go very deep into the tournament. They're going to come back late. We see that every year, but that's going to be affecting a lot of teams as well. So,
Sorry, what did I miss?
Like
How
our
did we
friend
get?
there, Blue Moonchester. He's a bit of a negative fan, which is fine. He looks on the air of caution, but what you see, it's not the Chelsea away that worries me. I get more worried about the Leeds away than I do Chelsea away, because I'll be straight with you. I think City this season, I think Pep's figured out a system to win away at the big places. Real Madrid, Anfield, except we're doing that draw. We should have won it at the Emirates. Chelsea away doesn't worry me as much as Leeds away. Leeds away worries me more because that is just a downright fight. I'm not going to get into a fight at Chelsea. Leeds away is a Yorkshire, Lancashire warfest that you just have to get through. So this is going to sound mad, but I'd be more impressed at getting a W at Leeds than I would Chelsea away.
also, Chelsea fans are calling for them to play the academy in that game. The Chelsea fans definitely would like to help their blue cartel brothers out, based on what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, they had a
Boy,
chance to do that
Predators
earlier.
being
they didn't.
positive, and Teal was earlier. What's going on?
No, but again, I'll say it one last time, one game at a time. I'll change Pep's quote from 2021 season. Newcastle, we must beat them. He did it with Crystal Palace back in the day.
Well, Danny, the way Pep's worded it was, every game's a cup final now.
Yeah.
You have to look at it. If you lose
years.
one game, you're out.
We've been doing,
That's the way you have to now.
We've been doing that for years. We've been doing that for years, Martin, when we're chasing teams down. Simple.
But that's what he's come out with that quote again this week. We've now got to look at it. One loss, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, generally, I wish it was that easy, Adam. Which is why we do tend to go on these 10, 11, 12 winning runs. Because that's what he says to him every year. You lose one, we're out. So they have to go with the mentality of a must win. Bernardo Silva said it after Anfield, and I'll be straight with you. When I think the pendulum has turned is, because it's no coincidence, Arsenal have not won a game since we won at Anfield.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't just think it was the Anfield win, it was the situation of the Anfield
It was
win.
the manner of it, exactly.
Exactly.
Martin,
That
if we were 2-0 up and they scored
Arsenal.
they scored their goal with minutes to go,
Well, the reason they
type
did
of
it is
momentum.
because of Donnarumma, just
Completely
to
different.
shout him out, because some of our fan base is turning on Donnarumma. The
Yeah, but
reason
we've
we
gotta
won
stop
that
the
game and did not
Cal.
draw that game was
Now we've got to
Donnarumma's
stop
brilliant
that
save.
now. We've got to stick the agendas to the side now and all that, and we've got to this blaming, all that has to stop now. This is not the time or the place for this anymore. This is now, like I said, we have to put 23, 24 settings in. I want to see Poznan's at every single home game now. I want to see us rocking the damn place. I want to see Savio's name being rang around the stadium when he comes back. I don't want to see any more of this. He's crap, he's shit, he's this. Because that doesn't work. Let the other people implode. I'm not going to do that for us. We work best when we are together.
And backs against
And
That
this
happens
is
in every walk of life.
And this is
work.
This is a perfect opportunity for players on the fringes to change the mind of their fans. Is to have a moment, right? Because now we're getting to the stretch where a moment can change a whole game. A moment can idolize you in fans' history. And if Savio has a moment, a lot of things people aren't going to talk about what they said before. They're going to talk about that moment. Right? The same way we talk about other players that have come to this club and maybe have left. You know, this is the time for those players to have these moments. And
that's when I think we could put the nail in, Ed. That's when I genuinely think the nail can go in the coffin.
Yeah, if we beat them in that, you talking about the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, I think we can psychologically end them.
Yeah.
On March 22nd.
Yeah,
Did anyone see Declan Rice on the 85th minute today?
No.
Yeah.
Watch it. Watch it. He knew.
He's the only one on that team with any kind of mentality. The rest of them, like I said earlier, they cry and they pout when they mess up.
Toys at the Prem.
Yeah, City don't have that. When we concede a goal and it's an equalizer and it's a heartbreaker and it's a backstabber, all that stuff, we don't cry. We don't. I mean, maybe a few faces drop, but nobody sits there and feels sorry for themselves. They don't kneel on the ground and start pounding the ground and being like, why?
Yep.
You know,
Kel, it's the way we rebound too.
Yeah, we move on from it.
Draws kill momentum as much as losses do. And I think if City are in a position where they do lose a game, then
I'm gonna have to watch that.
You usually look at it within 10 days. They've already played 2 or 3 other fixtures, and that performance is just a fleeting memory, if anything. And now we look at what's happening with Arsenal, where they've had so many opportunities to absolutely create such a chasm between us and them that they haven't taken opportunity of that, and now they're regretting it. And now that mentality is starting to fester in terms of not being able to perform, not actually putting the nail in the coffin against every opposition that they've been playing. LB made a really good came up with something really interesting actually on the last show we just did. He said of the possible 27 points that they could have earned over the last 9 league fixtures, they've only scored 10.
Wow.
If they had, that's 17 points dropped. If they had just picked up half of those, they'd be 13 points ahead even after this performance against Wolves right now. So you want to talk about saying we've been poor and oh my god, so many opportunities missed. Well, then you can also look at the other. It's a double-edged sword. You can look at the other side of it and go, well, hang on a second. Yes, we've dropped some points, but look at what Arsenal has gifted us. The simple case is that by the end of the season, it's going to come down to, was City the better team, or was it that Arsenal gave it to us? And either way, whichever way you look at it, it's still going to look bad on Arsenal more than it's going to look on us. We've got credit in the bank. We don't have to prove anything to everyone. They've got 3 or 4 years of doing this that they finally have to prove something. And if they're not going to do it, and if it's going to be the same old rinse and repeat of what they've done over the last few years, then it's ours for the taking. So we just got to keep doing what we do and just keep good old habits of what City have done. Every time we've been in a title race, we get into that mentality that no other club comes close to. Liverpool under Klopp is a shout, and it's a respectable shout because their fan base, sure, they might say some crazy things, but at least they have the trophies to back it up. Arsenal don't. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing. And I'm sorry, but our old habits are better than their old habits, that's for sure. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and we'll absolutely we could even, there's even a chance we might cruise this title. So let's just wait and see.
And when you're relying on moments, right? If you're looking between the two squads, we have the better players that can have that one moment. When you have a Haaland, when you have a Doku, when you have a Semenyo, when you have a Foden, when you have a Cherky, when you have a Bernardo, when you have a Rodri, when you have a Nori that can create something, Nunez that can create something. That's why you have to have faith in this team, because when I'm looking at the two teams, if we both get stuck, we have the better players that can just come up and have that spark for us. And that's why we just, and like I said before, if Foden can have a moment here that can change the whole trajectory of how people viewed him this season, and so you just hope these players, take their chances, and hopefully at the end of the season, a lot of people can talk differently about them.
T-Benham, we've got to stop that. It's now back to Savio. Got to stick all agendas to the side now.
Oh, is that Venom?
We got to put all agendas to the side now. Everything has to be as one. Pat, I know you got to drop in a minute. Are you? I'm going to text you about an e-soup available Friday night.
Yeah, should be. Don't even need to text me because I'm off work on Friday, Saturday, so that should be fine.
Awesome. I'll text you about it anyway.
Yeah, too easy.
Big up FIFA again with the £10. Jesus, man. Don't you get in trouble off your mum now, you. Don't. I don't want an email saying I'm getting in trouble because of this, mate. But it's very kind of you. Thank you for all you do, Martin. You are a top out man, hard worker. I'm proud to be here from day one. You deserve all the success in the world. Keep up the good work, pal. Sit it till I die. Forward and go. Thank you.
You too, Ethan. Keep up the great work.
That's very much. And the way you share us around, mate, that is it's amazing. Thank you so much for your continued support. I mean, obviously, yeah, like I said, it's been a great night. We've got to do our job. Starts at Newcastle on Saturday, which we'll go into tomorrow. I don't know if you guys want to mention it. I know Steve wanted to come on as a Newcastle fan. We're going to get him on tomorrow for Thursday night chat to have a chat about that. I'm not around on Friday. That's why Pat's going to cover, and Ed are going to cover for me over on Baz's channel on Friday because I'm at the hospital all day. So I will be back for Sunday.
And I'm about to, Martin. So, yeah.
Yeah, big up, mate.
See you in a bit, everyone. Thank you very much. Legends in the chat. Take care. We'll see you around.
Do you know what it is to me? Do you know what it is to me on the Arsenal front? Because, listen, I'm not going to be disingenuous. I think Arsenal are a good team.
Yeah.
I do think they're a very, very good team. I think they've got some fabulous players. I've never hated Arsenal. I dislike the fans. There's a big difference between disliking fans and dislike. I don't have any. There's not a big rivalry. It's like we're trying to create some form rivalry at the moment when there isn't a rivalry at the minute. Correct. Could there be one? Maybe. Let the fans online create all this. Yeah, I get it. But my thing is with Arsenal, I just feel as though Arteta and the players seem to be a team that need to win this by about 10 points to get it. I think they have got too much PTSD in their own heads over this. I don't know why. I don't know what it's about. They just seem to get a blockade at this situation. I think if they've got to do like Liverpool did last season and be 20 points clear by about March.
Yeah.
Just to sort of clear it out the end. Because I do think, I'm going to throw some Arsenal some respect here. I think if they get one, they can go on and win it again.
Yeah, they've got a very good core.
Yeah. But unfortunately, they've got a beast behind him in Manchester City. And while Pep Guardiola's here, Pep Guardiola, it is why I'm not talking about the quad or anything, because if we beat, for me, a quad and a treble is something you just land into.
Yeah, you can't predict that. It just happens.
To say, we're going to win a quad, we're going to win a treble. You can't predict that. If you win a Carabao and you win a Premier League, you don't know what draw you're going to get in the Champions League. I don't know what's going to happen in the FA Cup because we've got a tricky tie away at Newcastle in the 5th round. For me, I only ever have one goal: win the league or challenge for the league. Win your bread and butter. Get the bread and butter done. I'm just old school with that. Bread and butter league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything else to me is a bonus. And I know there's others who are Champions League over Premier League. That's your lotto ticket. That's what you choose. I'm always the home bird. Because I want to be the best in my own country. I wear that with a very big badge of honour. But it's been a lovely evening. We've had a cracking day and we've not done anything. But it means jack shit if we don't do our job on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about Newcastle. Let's talk about lineups and stuff. What are people thinking about for the lineup against Newcastle?
Oh, by the way, I got told Bodo Glimt was dead easy to win, by the way. And they went and slapped into Milan tonight.
I trashed them. I acknowledge that I trashed them when we lost. I trashed us. I trashed them. I trashed everything and everybody that I could find to shoot shots at. And they've proven that over these last 3 games they can play with pretty much anybody. Again, I still don't think we showed up in that match, but I can't knock them because they're doing well. But I did in the moment.
Right. No. They're marked into space after the draw, and someone called them a Sunday League team, and now we know that they're clearly not.
Yeah.
When do you meet up with Judge Mo again, Martin? You gonna remind him of that result?
Oh, I've already sent all my stuff tonight by WhatsApp.
Nice.
But for the lineup against Newcastle, do you guys want the same lineup that we've been playing the last couple of games? With O'Reilly in midfield, do people want to see any changes, some rotation? What do people think for this lineup?
I'd stick with it. We're kind of at that point in the season where you have to just stick with it. Work.
I think
a lot of those players got a lot of rest, so throw them back in.
I think what do you do behind Haaland? Do you go with Marmoush? I don't think he was really hurt to begin with. I think it was just enough to be like, oh, he's not going to play. I think the question is, do you go with Marmoush on the left, or do you go with, say, a Phil or somebody like that?
I'm just running back the Fulham lineup, and then I'm seeing if Doku can get a cameo. If he looks good, maybe he can force his way into the 11. But
can you remind us who that lineup was, Danny?
It was Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Gay, Ait-Nouri, Bernardo, O'Reilly, Rodri, Semenyo, Foden, and Haaland.
So no Turkey for you.
He's not impressed in the last few games. I don't think the spots.
I'm actually pretty sour on Turkey after that Salford game. That was his chance to really show him why he deserved to start games, and he didn't really do it. So maybe he needs to grow up. I'm just gonna say it. He needs to mature and get better. He acted like that Salford game was beneath him. You can't do that. So I would just bench him for now until he, you need to learn your lesson, and you learn your lesson from the bench. I'd rather play Foden.
Oh, you mean like start, but he would be subbed on.
Yeah, he can come sub into a game. Yeah, he can come off the bench, but I would not start him.
Who's that? Who are you not starting?
Turkey.
The
guy I've been vouching for all
season.
season.
I'm going to be controversial here. I'm benching Marmoush and starting Churka. I'd start bench Marmoush over Churka.
Yeah, I'm not denying. I'm not disagreeing with.
Well, Martin, what we're
Marmoush,
saying
even
is,
though
right?
Marmoush has been my all season.
What we're saying is you have.
Why are you benching Marmoush? Where do you have him starting? Left wing.
I'm going to be straight with you. I'm either going with Foden or I'm going with Doku when he comes back in.
Yeah, so just like me.
Yeah. That's
Well,
what
I
we're
don't think
agreeing.
Doku's coming back in.
I'm going to be straight with you, mate, and it's going to be harsh, and I'm not knocking him. For all the people going, I think Mamouche I only see Mamouche as a striker. When I've seen him everywhere else, he doesn't. It's going to sound like I've got an agenda myself, and I'm not. I'm just being honest. I think his best position is striker.
Yeah, and it sounds like that's the same thing Pep is feeling.
Yeah, I'm with Pep on it. I think he seems to struggle. I feel what it is. I feel like we're trying. Do you remember with Alvarez? Sometimes it looked like we were trying to fit him into the 11 rather than him playing in a position where we're just trying to fit him to get him in. I feel like we're doing this with Mamouche a bit. We're trying to just fit him somewhere, so anywhere will do.
That's probably why a lot of us think he's going to leave in the summer.
He's a guy who likes to run.
Don't say a lot of us. Don't say a lot of us. It's not a lot of us.
I didn't say all of us. I do think a lot of people think he's going to go in the summer, though.
He's just kind of effective out on the left because he likes to run in behind.
Big up, Steven.
If you play a low block, which I'm not sure Newcastle will play, they might try and go toe-to-toe with us. I don't know what they will do, but if they sit back, Marmouche as a left winger is just not really effective. If the game's more open, running in behind is a bit more valuable. But again,
I would also be prepared for Joe Linton to play. He subbed on today for them, so he's probably going
to. One thing Briggs is
still going to miss. They're still going to miss Bruno G. They're still going to miss Lewis Myers.
Yeah, Bruno G is a big loss, but Joe Linton is a big body. But like I said, Pep has adjusted, and he finally put another big body in the midfield, so we can kind of counter that now.
Do you know why I've never? By the way, Briggs is why I never say Arsenal's this rivalry, even though we do this City Pool thing, and it's a bit of an online fun thing. That to me is the rivalry. When I'm seeing, I don't know. By the way, it's not right. But trust me, I've been at Anfield and the Etihad when we play Liverpool. Yeah. It's night and day to when we play Arsenal. There is a proper beef between City and Liverpool in there. Yeah. There is a beef.
There were idiot Liverpool fans throwing pennies at one time. Like it has gotten nasty.
Well, mate, they smashed up our bus at Anfield.
Yeah.
I was going to say
that doesn't happen at the Emirates. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's because I'm just saying. I'm not saying that makes a rival, but there is there's a hatred there between the two group of fans.
But Martin, for me, like I think Semenyo, I think we're gonna see.
Well, Blue Moonchester disagrees with you, Danny, by the way. No way Danny said Shaky didn't impress, but it'll start fold.
No,
Blue Moonchester's got a folding agenda.
No, we don't have a single player on the right now who's in form right now. I'm just playing Foden off the base. The lineup works.
He doesn't rate Foden.
Also, Foden is the best off ball.
He doesn't rate Foden.
I mean, you could put Semenyo over there and put Doku on the left when he comes back. If you want to,
no, mate. Alvarez isn't coming home for the exact same reason he left. He's back into a backup spot.
So we could do something like that, but I think Foden is going to be key in a lot of these games because he has. I mean, I know people don't like this word, but he's done it before. He has the experience. He knows what it's like to be in these games where it's a must win. In every game, the league is on the line, right? And sometimes when you've been through that before, you have more sense of urgency when you're on the ball, when you're off the ball. You just understand it a little bit more when you've been through it. But for me, I think Semenyo. I don't see Semenyo not being in this team unless it's like, I don't know, we're playing, depends on the opposition, but I think Semenyo is probably going to be starting majority of these games. So it just depends if Doku or Foden or whatever, how he wants to rotate that. Because we all know with Doku's injury, you don't want to just throw him back in there. So, I mean, like I say, every player is going to have a chance to be part of something great here. And we're going to rely on every player because of how many games we're going to have for the rest of the season. So
could be this week. Pisa might be the thing. By the way, again, I know people are doing the Cherky Foden stuff in the chat. You don't even play the same position anymore.
Also, I think they were at their best when they were playing together.
The problem is we don't play the 2-10s anymore.
Yeah.
People haven't clicked yet that Foden's position has become deeper.
Yeah.
I don't know why that hasn't clicked with many yet.
Like
Foden-
when Bernardo
People
beat
Is that
judge
why he's
Foden
not
on
playing
goals
as
and
much
assists.
though? But is
That's
that why
why.
he's not playing as much? Because again,
Yeah, because you
we're
got
seeing-
Bernardo there.
Yeah, we got that midfield of
exactly.
Rodri, Bernardo, Nico O'Reilly, and as long as you
Right.
do that, there's no spot for Phil. If we're saying he's going to play deeper,
Yeah, I think it's
Which is
down
why
to,
I
do
think
you
he
want
put
to
him
play
on the
Phil
left.
Foden or do you want to play Bernardo Silva? Because you need the two physical midfielders. That's just
Yeah.
just
By the way, yeah. But we got to stop. We just said we want to be together, and everyone's going back into the mamoosh. And Jesus, calm down, people.
Well, Phil Foden just gets a lot of crap from our fan base and from rivals too. He's judged solely on GNA. If he doesn't have a goal or an assist, that automatically means he's had a bad game, according to some people who are not Man City fans. And when he plays deeper, he's probably not going to get a lot of GNA. And so there's just a lot of discontent with him.
No, but I think the difference with Foden in that deeper role is people ain't going to like this. Foden can spray 30-yard balls from deep. Not everyone in our team can do that.
Yeah,
People,
currently it's just Rodri.
well, will agree. Some people are looking at Foden as just a GNA guy. Foden brings more to it than that. Foden is one of the few in our whole team that can knock 30, 40-yard balls right to left, left to right.
Agree.
Yeah, so you would want to start him.
They're not looking at it.
So so then start him.
No, just I think it will be rotational.
Yeah.
But we've got to stop the Cherky. There are some games when Cherky doesn't play, but the simple fact is Cherky, again, as Pep keeps saying, needs to do some of the simple stuff. There is nothing wrong with a 5-yard.
I don't think it's between Foden and
There's
Turkey.
nothing wrong with a 5-yard side ball.
No, I have to stay balanced. I do have to say
Yeah.
Foden finds himself in the final third sometimes, and the execution's been really poor recently. So still, when he plays,
that's also true.
when he plays this deeper role, it doesn't mean he's sat between the center backs the whole game. He still finds himself. Like,
Yeah, cheers,
so
yeah.
important, as the tacticos call it, and the execution's not been there. The decisions have not been there. I'd like that to get back to where I know it can be. So I gotta stay balanced.
Yeah.
He's doing
If
well.
we want this squad, Danny, everyone wants, we're going to have to rotate some.
He's doing well in this deeper role, but there's still another 2 or 3 levels he can hit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to hit those levels from the bench.
No, but
I'm
to
just
make,
gonna say
but to,
that
make
right now.
to be trusted in that deeper role is a bigger thing from Pep, because Pep doesn't put you in that situation unless he fully does trust you. Because I remember the quote that I put up a few weeks back from October 23 or 24 when he said he sees Pep's Foden's long-term position in a deep lying midfield role.
Okay, then
That's
why
why
is
he
he?
sees
Then
that.
how is he going to do that from the bench? Because he's not
Well,
starting.
Kelsey,
He
this is-
started
this is-
Fulham, but he
but
didn't start
guys,
Anfield. He didn't play against
real-
Liverpool.
Yeah, but okay, the players are going to have dips in form, and they're going to be on the bench for moments in time. And we're also going to see Pep try some things with these players, maybe not pull it off for a full 90, and then not bring them back the immediate next game to do it again. There's some learning that's come about. Look, I think a prime example is when we look at O'Reilly, because O'Reilly at left back obviously had the ability to play centrally and support, and we saw that teased, we saw that tested, even with what he did with
You legend,
Nunez. So Foden's going to get
Later,
his
everybody.
chance again. Foden's going to get his chance again, but it's a work through.
See, for me, I'm going to be honest. You say, well, he started Fulham and he started the last 2.
Yeah.
What, on the wing? Did he start Fulham on the wing? If I remember
No.
correctly,
No.
I don't remember correctly. Then
See,
that's also very possible. I have a terrible memory.
you can tell Kelsey's been on the drink. You can.
No, but this is
I had to celebrate.
We always-
semifinals.
we always talk about a player coming in and learning from somebody, right? Why can't Foden be learning that deeper role with Bernardo still here? And Foden will just take over that spot.
Well,
or
Foden
get
has to play to do
released.
that. He can't sit on the
No,
bench.
but that's what
playing.
But that's what I'm saying, though, Kelsey. We always talk about buying a player in, let them get used to a position while the older players here. Why can't we just be doing that internally with a Phil Foden right now when you have one of the best to do it, that role with Bernardo Silva? That's not a bad thing. And that's why we always talk about the long.
Well, because we know who Pep is going to pick. And it's not going to be Phil
Kelsey,
Foden.
that's why we talked about a long view being at the club, though, because that's why Foden is getting his extension, because he's going to be here for 5, 6, 7 years.
But Phil Foden's like 5th or 6th most minutes this season.
Yeah. I mean, so I think
He's played 700 minutes more than Cherka.
Yeah. Just because nobody's playing every game like Haaland doesn't mean, it's a bad thing. Like we're going to potentially be adding another midfielder this summer. So should that midfielder play every single game, or can be? No, that's not how it works when we have all these games, and it's just part of it, right?
Phil, this year, Rico's played 1,015, Kushner 1,500, Nunes has done 2.5, Nico Riley's done nearly 3,000 minutes.
I am very nervous for Nico 27. Riley. He's a young guy.
Cherky's done 1,700. Bowden's done 2,593 minutes. So he plays. I just think people don't like where he's playing. This is what the issue is. They don't like where he's playing. But players can change. Listen, we're talking about Pep, who changed Philip Lam, Mascherano, etc. around.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got to stop looking at everything as just A and B, and Foden's a 10 and he's this. Players can change position under Pep. Maybe that's what he is. I know Vader's got to go. This is probably big up Vader. Have you got any shows coming up? By the way, Tariq Talks Football, Tariq Peterson did a 3-hour show last night, so go and give that
mega
a lot
show.
of love.
Great to be on.
Mega show.
I wanted to jump in on that, and I was like, if I jump in, he's gonna end, and then you just kept going for another hour, so I probably should have jumped in.
Yeah,
my bad.
Any shows coming up?
If I get the kids to bed at a decent time, I'm gonna do a little what I call an opportunity stream tonight. But if not, I'll do Why Always Me tomorrow. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'll talk soon.
Big up, mate. We are going to get to Q&A in a minute, so if you've got any questions, get them in the chat. I mean, see, the thing is to me right now, I've stopped this. For me, whoever Pep chooses now in any of the games, I'm just going to back.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I'm sorry for doing the push forward, happy clappy nonsense, but whoever's choosing, I'm going to back. If Foden's on the bench, Pep, he's doing it for a reason. There's Cherky on the bench, he's doing it for a reason. I don't want to wear Diaz over Kushner or A over this. This is not the time. We're trying to win the league. We're not Player FC. We're Manchester City FC. This is more important than anything on that back. Pep Guardiola's not going out to sabotage us. He's going out to win. So for me, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's too happy clapping for some. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, Kate, I am still backing them because they wear the Manchester City kit. That's what being a fan is. Use your season ticket for good, not evil, Cade. Come on.
I'm ready to see this turn gold, baby. Because we got some beautiful kits next season. I want them to have that gold crest.
That black kit with a gold. Oh,
it's your opinion, but I think that's a bullshit comment.
That black shirt, the black shirt next season with Turkey on the back and a gold badge. Oh,
that's why you watch the academy. Both academy teams have the gold badge because they won the league last year.
Right, I've got a question for you.
The women.
Before we get into their Q&A, I've got we'll do predictions from you three on Newcastle on Saturday. Don't have to do score. Just give me W, loss, or draw. Ed.
Oh, for me, it's a win for sure.
Coaster.
We are winning the game.
Danny.
For Newcastle, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Close win. I don't think we're going to play them off the park because I feel like by law of averages, Newcastle are doing a pretty good game against us. So I think we'll beat them.
They had that earlier this season, though.
They won 6-1 tonight, may I add?
It's just weird.
I did a watch along for that game.
We'll have played them 4 times in like the space of a month. It's just hard to imagine us winning 4 times. All 4.
We didn't. We lost the first game.
Well, no, I'm talking about the 2 cup games, the FA Cup game and the league game.
We don't know about that. Who cares about the cup
Speaking
game?
Of Player FC, just start.
We did lose to them in the first game.
You know what it is to me? I don't even care about the performances right now. Just win.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a 93rd minute winner and if it comes off someone's ball sack.
I'm not there yet.
Erling Haaland.
I'll be that way in April.
Do you know what? You know where I'm getting at? Do you remember the running with Liverpool where we had that 93rd minute Aguero winner at Turf Moor?
Well, it was middle of the second half, but yes, I know.
I'm getting there again. I'm getting to the just get. I'll take 12 1-0 wins for the rest of the season right now.
But I kind of agree with Danny though. You don't want to start doing that now. You want to start doing that. I want to say a little bit once you get into mid-March, late March. I think that's when you're like do everything.
You're only 3 weeks away, guys.
You just said that every game is a cup final, though.
I know,
that's
but
what I mean.
So
I know, but you also
just
want
get the result over the line. Who cares how?
You also want to build
win.
momentum and confidence, right? So you still want to be.
If we start winning games, Arsenal will fold.
Yeah, but we're also in different competitions too. So it's like just because you play crap and get it over the line this game doesn't mean that will translate into other games. You still want to see players have good games. You still want to see players finish their chances so they can continue on doing that in other games. That's what breeds confidence, right? Like playing well, doing well.
Backing the shit player.
Yes. Okay, do you know why? Because Pep Guardiola chose at 9-11. So I back them. Okay, that there is the exact version of Player FC. This is not the time to go in there to shit player, Cade. Is my point. Anyway, right, I've got a question for you three.
All right, let's do it then.
I think before I open it
Martin's starting the Q&A off. No, nobody's put a single question in the chat for us.
Is there a genuine opportunity for our EDS players to actually, because it came up because of the Charlie Gray question yesterday that was posed. And I went and thought about Charlie Gray's going into his last year of his deal. At the moment, there's a lot of women in iron whether he's going to sign a new one. Do you think our EDS do have a genuine chance to get through? Or do you think it is more... we've talked about this loads. The Charlie Gray stuff really got me thinking, because I'll be honest, I do think Charlie Gray will leave. I don't think he will sign a new deal. I think he'll go.
I don't think, like I said last night, I don't think he's the kind of defensive midfielder that really suits the Premier League right now. I think he's a game reader and not a destroyer. But I'm not delusional.
That is where the Premier League is going.
I'm not delusional. I think the squad as constructed, there is a very slim to none chance of an EDS player making it in. Because again, we're back to where we were 7 years ago, where rival fans were saying, "Oh, City have 2 starting 11s they can play." That's where we are now. When everyone's fit, when Doku and Savinho are back, you're not going to see McKay do anymore. You've already got Newcastle and Fooney loaned out. But the one sort of counter argument to that is our best players in the academy, the ones with the highest ceilings, they're very young. They're 16, 17 years old. So maybe the squad when they're 20 years old will look different. But as constructed in the immediate class, the 2003s, 2000.
Same thing with our US guy, Danny.
2005, 2006 born players, don't think they're going to make it in. I think the squad's too deep.
Yeah. For me, I just think it's just all about timing, right? Like with Rico, right? I think that was a whole timing thing, right? He took his opportunity. You got to credit him for when he did that. So I just think they come down to like injuries. It comes down to where we are as a team, and when we are deep like this and where we're trying to go to, I don't see a lot of options coming from our academy unless they're like generational, right? To where you say, I cannot deny this kid an opportunity. So, and that only comes every so often unless you're in the Barcelona academy. But, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I think we do give these academy players a platform to show what they can do. I think, even though we recalled Elaine, I think for the cameos he did have, I think he's going to go to a better club than Middlesbrough in the summertime. I think he can, go to a Premier League side like a Bournemouth, I was thinking about Naipan. I think he can go to like a Bournemouth. He can go to a Fulham. He can go to Crystal Palace and be fine for the level they expect. So I think, we do give these academy players a good platform.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think it's going to be very difficult. You have to really stand out. And so far, I would say the only two who have really actually stood out and been meaningful has been Phil Foden and Nico O'Reilly. You can say Rico Lewis for 6 months and 22, 23. What has he done since then? Nothing. And he's probably going to leave. He probably should have left over the summer, but I think you just have to be like an extraordinary talent. And are these guys? I don't watch the academy, so I don't know. But I know Makasa's name comes up a lot. Mafuni's name comes up a lot. But maybe there is a new path. Maybe the path is go out on loan, prove yourself. Build up your skill set somewhere else, and then try to come back. We tried it with Trafford. Unfortunately,
well, if you're Mafuni, Costa, so if you're Mafuni, for example, you have Kushinov at what, 21?
Yeah, no, Mafuni, he's not.
Victor Hayes ahead of you now.
Yeah, Mark Gahey killed his chance.
Gahey
killed him.
Diaz.
Yeah, the only chance he has is, Diaz will leave. Probably.
Well,
Diaz is getting towards 30. He's not there yet, but that's his only hope is to wait 3 or 4 years for Diaz to leave.
He's
like
he can also play very, very well as a left back.
Governor's a big component. Sorry, go on, Danny.
Well, now we're saying Joško Vardiel has to play as a left back because we signed Gahey. I'm sorry, Joško Vardiel is not as good as a left back.
I'm not saying he'll make it. I'm just saying he's versatile enough to make it in either, or not make it. He's versatile enough to play at a high level eventually in one of two positions. It's not.
My guess is the only way that Mafuni or Mikasa make it at City is that we sell them with a buyback clause. And then they just become unbelievable.
Then don't buy 19, 20-year-old centre backs then.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
The thing is those two center backs look very good. Like, we bought them and they actually look very good. Like, Grant, I've watched a little bit of Girona this season, and Victor Hayes has looked very good. He still needs to develop. I think he probably needs a loan next season as well. But Husanov has looked very good. And he's doing it at Manchester City. When he's getting his chance, he's taking it. He's performing very well. So I don't think those were necessarily bad buys from Viana. Would you rather Husanov be playing for Real Madrid right now and making them better? No, I think I'd rather him be at City and making us better.
Governor puts there, because I know Governor's a big, like Danny, a big component of the EDS. That's what it's there for. Otherwise, it's just a cash cow. But then you're going to have to stop buying them, Governor.
Yeah.
Also, I think the system kind of incentivizes you to sell your players for a profit.
But not only that, all right then. So we all want Anderson. We know Anderson's been pushed and pushed and pushed.
They like Instagram pictures.
If you're Charlie Gray, and for example, say you've got Rodri and Coutinho, there isn't a future there.
No.
There's got to be a pathway for them. And if you're buying young players, then you can't ask Charlie Gray to wait 6 years for the others to time out. It's not like you're getting a 30-year-old or a 28-year-old who's got 2 years and then you may want to, take him in. You're buying a 22, 23-year-old. This is the problem Mifuni's got. You're buying young centre-backs. People are looking at Tino Livramento. This is the problem. This is the problem. If you want to win the trophies, not many academy are going to come through.
Yeah, if we want to win trophies, we sell them and we use that money to buy the players who will win us the trophies. I think that's just kind of how it is. That's how it is under Pep Guardiola.
Well, can I have a follow-up question to that? Could that be our way around this Haaland backup situation?
Yeah, and let me, Danny. I was thinking, what do you think about the guy that sat our? I know he's been getting a lot of hype now. I think he's at Bahia.
Bahia.
Do you think it could be a possibility? And this is an if, right? If Marmoush leaves, if we bring him in to kind of be that filler in for Haaland or to play across the front line, can he do something like that?
We'll see what his career path is. He was starting a lot for them in their sort of preseason. It wasn't technically a preseason. They're playing competitive games against lower level teams, but when they've been playing more challenging opponents, he's been getting left on the bench unused. So I don't know what his trajectory looks like, but in the Youth World Cup they had a few months ago, he looked pretty good. But again, it's one of them. He's got age on his side. Maybe in touch wood, this isn't the case. Hey, maybe in 3 or 4 years, Haaland isn't even here anymore. Maybe he's gone to Madrid. So
Ooh.
who knows?
Yeah.
Again,
But
touch wood,
Mamouche isn't going to wait. Mamouche isn't going to wait.
Yeah,
3
my
years.
moose is going. He's not waiting.
This is. I think Mamouche is a quality player. I think he's a top striker.
I don't think he fits City though. He doesn't fit Pep.
No, I think he
I
does.
just don't think he does.
I just think you've got a Norwegian meat cleaver sat in front of him who's not going to take sitting on a bench as an answer.
Marmouche is a second striker, and we just don't play with that. So
yeah, for me,
we'll sell him this summer, I think.
So for me, I'd rather go with
I
a
really like him,
Newcastle. I'd rather like Newcastle get this experience at Leicester City that he's getting, and in Mamouche goals, maybe you don't need to spend 60, 70 mil on a player. Use Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'm just chucking an idea of maybe using it that way instead of getting another 60, 70. Because here's the thing, fans do this all the time. You'll go, so say Mamouche goes, they'll want another 60, 70 million striker to come and back up Haaland, and then you're right back in the situation unless a new manager comes in and plays 2 up top. But can anyone who plays 2 up top?
No one plays.
Nobody. It's kind of out of no. I think you need to go. You need to go older. You need to go.
I know Simeone used to. I don't know if he still does. I don't watch Atletico.
No, but nobody in the top plays a 4-4-2.
Nobody's Luke. Cheers to that. Yeah. Well, we don't start.
I think you go older because you can't stunt. You can't stunt Mukasa's trajectory because he won't play. He's better than just playing cup games because Haaland plays all the games. So I think you need to go for somebody he's already established, maybe at the end of their career, they can accept coming off the bench, or they can accept not playing for a long time. Maybe they're a trophy hunter. That's fine. I call them a mercenary. You see it a lot in baseball. These players who just have been elite on bad teams, they go to a better team to try to win a trophy. Like, I think that's the route we have to go. Like, the unks, go the unk route, go the 28, 29, 30-year-old, that kind of route. I think that, because that way, if that player does need to play a sustained amount of time, they'll know how to deal with it. And
but Kelsey, I think that's kind of hard. It's because those players, they're looking for their last payday at the same time. So you still have to put them on a decent, and it has to be a certain level of quality too, right? So
yeah, you find somebody who's like, who's been a good player on like a poor team. And maybe they'll just, you could give them, you could give them a decent wage, and that'll probably be higher than, like, this is going to sound really stupid, but maybe somebody like a Calvert-Lewin. Like, I know, but look at, he's scoring a bunch of goals. Like, somebody like that. He's chasing trophies. Somebody like that. Maybe not him exactly. Somebody in the chat just said Bowen. Somebody like that who just hasn't won a lot in their career. They probably made a lot of money. They probably played a lot of minutes. They have a lot of experience.
Bowen's very good centrally. It's really tough, though, signing a player like this, both riding between the lines of, one, like, they're willing to sit on the bench most of the time, and two, when they do play, they're actually good enough. Because I'm not bringing in someone like, I don't know.
What is Gerard Bowen going to set that bench?
Newcastle was awful. I'm not bringing in someone like that, who, when you just play the ball into it, bounces off his foot, he doesn't score a single goal.
What about a Wissa? And Ivan Tone. I'm trying to think of names because I'd like
Tony would be a good example.
It's really, really difficult.
Because Gerard Bowen isn't.
It's hard to find that player, but I just think going for more experience versus youth might be better.
I think people are downgrading Gerard Bowen a lot. People talking about Gerard Bowen like
I like Gerard Bowen. I think he'd be great for off our bench. Also, he's homegrown. We're dying for homegrown
as well.
I think Dzeko is a terrible idea aside from sentimentality.
Yeah, we're not buying 50 years.
I loved him to bits when he was here. But again,
Jesus. Someone's going to tell me Sergio Aguero in a minute.
Playing in the second division of Germany. He was playing at Fiorentina. And he left Fiorentina in January, having joined in this summer because he wasn't doing well for them. Like,
you know what? That would have been, here's the thing. Do you know what? That would have been a delight. But again, he doesn't want to be back up.
And yeah, he's back at that Chelsea.
I also don't think
this is the crazy thing, Martin. People say they don't want to be backups for us or play in a certain position.
But trust me, he's already wanting nearly out of Chelsea soon.
Yeah, but a 22-year-old wants to play. Like I said, a 30, 31-year-old might accept it because maybe they haven't won anything. They've already made their money. They've already played a lot. Maybe they'll accept it. I think you're more likely to find a 30-year-old who will accept being a bench player than a 21, 22-year-old who is chomping at the bit to prove themselves and be better.
Yeah, but I like the suggestion of Calvert-Lewin, someone who's experienced and who's proven it in the league. Someone like, I don't know, who was the guy who played for like Fulham and Everton 20 years ago? Like Andrew Johnson.
What about Harry Wilson? Would anybody take Harry Wilson?
Not really a
striker.
No.
Not for striker backup.
I just meant like that caliber of player, a prem-proven older player.
Well,
looking
Lee
for a big
Johnson
move.
likes the idea of the Alvarez route. Get a kind of unknown, buy cheap, sell on maybe in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, another one was Tammy Abrahams.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's not a bad idea, Tammy Abrams.
I'm fine with the whole Alvarez thing, but the fan base can't be saying it was a mistake to sell him when we do sell him and he actually keeps playing well.
Morgan Rogers ain't sitting on our bench, mate.
And he's also not.
Yeah, he would have to start.
He's a winger, yeah. See Moamba at Stoke, but he's got a nasty injury at the minute, and we wish him all the best.
Yeah,
So.
he had a bad
Yeah.
injury. Poor guy.
Morgan Rogers, Morgan Rogers isn't sitting in our bench, Martin Mash.
You would sign him to start in our midfield, not to.
Duran, good one.
He
got some major mentality issues.
He loves a good.
Anyway,
payday.
I have
Where is
got
he now?
another
He's in
question.
Russia. He just
What
went
is
to
he? He's
Russia.
22 years old or something. He's played in America, Russia, and Turkey, and Saudi.
Thanks.
He loves the bag, mate.
After Victor Hayes' performance versus Barca, would you have him
Yeah.
in the City squad next season?
Yeah, I would bring
I
him.
think he's still a little raw. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I would bring this guy back because I think from what I've seen at what he's doing at Girona, and we already seen Diaz and pick up some injuries now. We already seen Vardio probably might pick up some injuries along the way too. I think you want that depth there. And then it's just about, you showing him a clear pathway into what he does build up in 2 more games. I think you want to keep that talent in-house because as soon as you loan him out to a team outside of Girona, people are going to be in his ear. They're going to be talking to him, trying to get him to leave. Maybe it goes into a buyback so you can always call him back because I do see him replacing Diaz when Diaz eventually does go out. I think that's the natural guy to come in for me because if you just watch this guy play on a consistent basis, wow. It's like, wow.
How long do you think he'll wait for Diaz to leave, though?
I think it all depends on how what picture the club paint for him. If he does come back into the fold, how many games you give him? Do you play him in cup games? Do you play him in certain games where you sub off a center back and you sub him on to get those times? There's different ways to get him on the pitch, or maybe it is, hey, we're going to put you over here, but there's a buyback, right? Because I think, how old is Diaz now? 28, turning 29?
I don't think it's an age thing.
Diaz turns 29 in May.
Yeah.
So the question is Victor Hayes going to wait 18 months? Does he have to wait 24 months? Does he have to wait 3? Like, are we saying?
Well, I'll tell you the plan for Victor
we
Hayes.
loan him
What I did here.
26-27 season, we loan him.
Well,
Ideally,
I told this to Danny knows this. The plan up to now is to potentially loan him out in the Premier League next season.
okay. So then the summer of 2027 is when we have to make a decision. And I think that decision will come down to 3 players: who's staying and who's going. Those 3 players will be Ruben Diaz, Husanov, and Victor Hayes. I think of the 3 of them will leave.
I don't think we're going to ever. I think Diaz is going to be one of those guys who leaves on a free, or his contract's until 2030, right? I don't think we're going to sell Diaz. I just think it's going to be about us giving him a clear understanding. There's a clear pathway for you, and that you'll be given games and stuff like that. So it might turn into a buyback thing, but I think we would definitely probably buy him back.
I would also keep an eye on Vardiol because Vardiol has said he doesn't want to be a left back. He wants to be a center back. So, even if he signs a new contract, that doesn't mean he's going to stay.
I really don't think with a center back it's as simple as sell them when they're age 30. We've seen so many center backs go deep into their careers, still be good age 30. Maldini, longevity, Baresi, John Terry.
Also remember what happens in summer of 27. Pep Guardiola's contract is over. And Ruben Diaz is not a Viana guy. Viana handpicked Victor Hayes and signed him. That was Viana.
Yeah, but
I think Viana would keep his guy versus the other guy.
Stop. Do you know why Diaz is getting what he's getting? Because he's one of the greatest centre backs in this league.
Correct.
Can we stop disrespecting Ruben Diaz like he's a nobody?
Yeah, no. He's either going to go on.
He's a nobody. We're just.
No, but Kelsey, we're not going to sell. I don't think we're going to sell him.
You're not going to sell Diaz. What are we doing?
No. You'll probably make a decision when he's on that last year.
Well, let's sell Rodri then.
In 2029. I think that's when.
I'm sorry. Where is this?
So how do we know we're going to sell him in 2029? How do we know
28, 29, he's not old.
Exactly.
No, in 2029 he'll be 33.
Who says
come on, if we're being honest here in the Premier League, I don't know what that many successful 33-year-olds. So
John Terry.
I would also say he's picking
in the last 15 years. Give me the last 15 years.
No, he's not. Come on. I'm sorry.
The last 18 months he has picked up a lot of
disrespect is crazy. I find the Diaz disrespect crazy.
No.
Again, center backs and goalkeepers.
I personally, Ruben Diaz is my captain, so I personally would keep him. I'm just saying these are talking points. But I love the guy.
Big up, Caster. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying half term, by the way, and I hope you're probably keeping you busy, the kids. I just listen. For me, I think Vic Tays is going to be great. I just think he has to be patient.
Yeah,
if he's not patient, it's up to him. It's the thing is, you just said then Gavardio don't want to play left back. They're employed by Manchester City. We're not employed by Josko Gavardio or Phil Foden or anybody else. The players play where they get told.
I'll just say this. Top teams will be whispering in Victor Hayes and Kusanov's ears.
Then find the go.
Say in the next.
Then find the go. Then you go.
Kate, you are in no position to be calling people out on agendas. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You are in zero position to be able to do that.
We've got to stop. This is a very. Find it amazing. We're trying to sell our silverware out the door. You're not going to
get. We're just looking at the reality of refreshing the squad. That's it. I think it's just a talking point.
28's not a refreshment time. 28 used to be the prime of players.
No. That's why I said in 3 years. I said 3-4 years. That's when you're gonna.
Yeah, we're talking future. We're not talking this summer. We're talking future.
Oh, we come up from MHF. Oh. As Hussam sent you with a chat.
What was Hamza right about?
No,
what was he right about?
Hamza wasn't right, people, because Hamza said
right about? I missed that.
Hamza said we finished fourth. Fourth place.
We were miles off of it. That's what he said.
Yeah, we were miles off it. Because they're saying Hamza was right when Hamza's only just jumped on the bandwagon. But never mind. And I've got evidence of that. If Manchester City win this league, is it better than Leicester winning the league? Because at the beginning, see people put us fourth, including Hamza.
No, I told this to Martin privately. I think this will be one of Pep's major achievements if we do cross this line. Just given the narrative, given the youth in the squad, would this be the youngest squad he's won a title with? So I think all that plays a factor into the league if we do win it. I think this will be one of his, besides the treble, right? The treble is definitely one, but besides the treble and all that, I think you have to put this up there if we do cross the line.
Yeah. Back to that question. I think it's night and day. Being predicted fourth and being predicted to be
Leicester. Yeah, I mean, come on.
It was a great escape under Nigel Pearson. It's two different things.
Is Tino Livramento going to City? Chopper, Newcastle fan? I don't know. The interest is still there.
There's a lot of noise on that.
I think some of it will be on the price you probably asked for. If you start asking for 80 million quid, then no, it won't be.
Yeah, because there's a thought process that we could try to use a Trafford as a bargaining chip.
City will not. The reported thing I got told was, and I will say reportedly now because it can be wrong, City will never go back to that near that three figures again because they got a bit of PTSD over that. Hello, Hussam, you Arsenal glazer, because you sat in the mud tonight. Hey, I'd say Hussam. Not bad for Dolphins, is it? Not bad for Dolphins.
Wait, Hussam called us Dolphins?
Yeah. He said he's seen City Sharks to see City Dolphins.
Wow,
Well,
how
as I
about
told
the
you-
Liverpool Sharks? $500 million spent. What happened to that?
So if we're Dolphins, what are Arsenal? Jellyfish.
Someone said plankton.
We're interested in Coyote and Reed as well. Olivia Reed, yes, we are. City Pool, take me back. No, you can't start now. Don't start loving. You nailed your colours to the mast, my friend. Is this Pep's last season? I think no. Pep said it on 4 occasions to me. He's got a contract till 2027, and he's getting quite bored of actually asking that now. I think he's one more time.
I'm
Go
bored
on,
of talking about it.
Yeah. Do you know what, Danny? I get the impression of Pep's going to slap one of these reporters if they ask him that question again.
What, like David Moyes back in the day?
Yeah, he's going to end up just going, slap, stop asking me. Let me look for your question. Big up, by the way, the MHF Raiders. Please smash that like button and please subscribe if you are new. It does help you. You are all legends and welcome to the family. Except the UCL, what's everyone's favourite trophy of the Sheikh Mansour era and why?
Oh, good question.
Ooh.
I like
Favorite
that first
trophy.
Premier League because we beat United. We broke their hearts on the last day.
Oh,
I love it. I love it. That for me is just the one.
Can I be a bit sentimental for 30
FA Cup.
seconds?
yeah.
That 2011 FA Cup.
Yeah,
It was the first
I was
one.
debating between that one too, but I
And you know why?
love winning that Premier League, man. It was so
We beat-
dramatic, and we beat United.
We beat Prime United. We beat Fergie's United on the way.
Yeah.
All right. My answer might surprise you.
Oh,
back in
go
the
on.
day, like we have lots of streaming services for the different competitions in the US. Back in the day, like my parents didn't used to buy all of them. And especially the cups around these like weird things like beIN Sports and whatnot. The first cup final I watched that like I was actually able to watch was the League Cup final in 2016 when we beat Liverpool on penalties. And I just remember watching that shootout and bouncing
Sterling
all
penalty.
around my living room.
Got the Sterling penalty. I
Sterling,
seem to remember.
Sterling penalty. What?
No, the penalty shootout. Didn't Sterling
Penalty
score?
shootout where Caballero saved 3 penalties in a row. I
Yeah.
think he was off his line on every single one of them, but they didn't have that rule back. It was the Fernandinho goal that Mignolet should have saved, and then Coutinho scored an equalizer and took his top off for some reason because he thought he won the Champions League. And then I think he missed his penalty in the shootout. I'm pretty sure. So don't celebrate too early, you Scouse fuckers.
Don't celebrate.
that's a
too
rivalry.
early, you,
That's a
North
rivalry.
London.
No, and that wasn't even a what actually Pellegrini versus Rodgers. It was a rivalry because 13-14 season. So that was sort of a rivalry, even though they were on the way down back then. I think they finished 8th that year.
No, I don't. They were never going to do it. That was part of the issue, Curtis. They didn't want to pay that price. City don't pay the finishing price. They like to pay where there's value still to be bought out. They don't like. I think if it's a release clause, I think they'd do it for maybe a Musiala. I don't think they'll do it.
I find that a redundant profile with Phil Foden.
Mate, they wouldn't even spend 65 million on Elisa. They thought that was too high.
Would we take
City
Rice
likes to
over
pay
Anderson?
what they
No, I
feel
wouldn't.
they are now, not what they're going to be in 10 years. They
Oh,
want to pay
he
what
joined
they are now.
mid-season. What an idiot I am.
Oh.
His first game was at White Hart Lane. That's silly of me.
Hmm.
Yeah, because he beat us 4-1 at the Etihad, and they made this whole thing about rock and roll
Is
football.
he
That is
finished? Oh god,
horrendous
I
from
gotta listen to that later. The
3-2 was a
Football Terror's
thunderous moment.
meltdown. Oh, that was a good one, but you just never forget your first, man. That first Premier League for me was just I loved it, man.
Are
We
you
beat-
guys
we
all
beat
Spurs
United- We
fans
broke
on
United's
Sunday?
heart in
Yeah.
the last minute.
There's a question for the 515 people watching currently.
I am a City fan on Saturday and an Enjoy My Sunday fan on Sunday.
Hey,
He's
I
taking
hope both teams lose on Sunday. That's what I hope for. I
I'll
hope
take
that
a
both
draw.
teams
Can I
lose.
take a draw? Am I allowed to say draw? Listen,
You know what I'm rooting for Sunday? I'm rooting for Armageddon on Sunday. Shots fired.
what, you want us to all die?
Only in North London Armageddon.
Whoa. All right. Jesus, Cal.
And this is
Both
why we
teams
cannot have an
lose.
all-star game.
I absolutely hate Spurs, like with a passion.
Great question. Todd Bowley's comments about the All-Star. Would you do it?
No, that's an American thing. Let that be American. And there's just too many games. I don't want these players playing another game that they don't need to play. Yeah, when they found when all the United players found out, it was brilliant. I loved it.
Do you know what, Louis? I was in St. Mary's when Gabriel Jesus scored that. Was in St. Mary's. Do you know what? That is the game I actually can't remember a lot about because it was a weird moment because it didn't hit you because we'd already won the league, so we're down there singing champions like idiots. And I don't know. I don't think the 100 points really set into everyone's head till 2-3 days later. I don't think it hit us because we just celebrated it like a last-minute winner. There wasn't that, oh, my God, we're Centurions. Because, they weren't giving us a little gold trophy that's come out of a Kinder egg, for doing it. Apparently, they only give them out, to Arsenal.
They only give them out to the Red Cartel.
Bloody Americans, they'll do out for money while we're on stateside.
I think All-Star game, it's an American thing.
I'm a Tory, apparently. I'm not even English.
I don't know what that means, so I'm just going to not comment.
Cade, the question was post Sheikh Mansour era. Not pre. So that's why I can't have the Gillingham one. But the Gillingham one was more important because it stopped us going bankrupt.
True.
City would have gone under if it hadn't been for that Paul Dickoff equaliser.
Yeah, if we win the Premier League, it will be our second most important final that we won against Tony Pulis. Do you know what, Drew? I do want Spurs to win, but I also wouldn't. This is going to sound awful. I wouldn't mind to getting relegated because I'm sick of losing to you. Do you know what? There's a thing with Spurs at the minute because we never beat you. I'm bored of playing you now.
I would love to see Spurs get relegated.
And I don't hate Spurs. I don't actually hate Spurs.
I do.
No, do you know why I like Spurs? Because I loved Jurgen Klinsmann. Jurgen Klinsmann was one of my favourite players to watch outside of City players.
He was bagsman in like 3 World Cups.
Well, that team was good. They had Nick Barmby, Anderton, Klinsmann, Gary Mabbott. They had some quality players back then. They had a nice team that you enjoyed watching. And it was always a good game against City. They had Teddy Sheringham. They had some really good players. Sol Campbell. They had some great players. Believe it or not, Klinsmann was I loved him. And I thought he was such a gentleman as well. He was always nice to the media.
I loved him when he managed our national team. I thought he got sacked way too soon. I know a lot of our fans hated him, but I actually quite liked him. Thought he was a great manager.
By the way, Big Steve's come back to me. Big Steve is going to join us on the Tone Show with me and Pulpit, maybe Ozzy as well. We're going to try and fit one in next week, midweek, because there's no games again next week. So we're going to try and fit one in at some stage. We'll try and work it around, see what we can do. Martin, 1981 Cup final. That was a year before I was here on the earth, Graham. 82, I was born.
I wasn't born either.
I'm old. I'm not quite that old. Ginola didn't play in that team. Ginola was 97 onwards.
Later.
Yeah, 97, 98. You're thinking Klinsmann's second stint at Spurs. I'm talking about his first one, his original stint, not his second stint. His second stint wasn't as big as his first one. And I think part of it was he was one of the first big foreign names to come into the Premier League at the time.
Yeah, because he was quite good at Inter Milan as well. He won.
Yeah, it was like 94 when he came in, I believe.
No, he was at Inter in 94 because that's when he won the UEFA Cup with them.
When did he cut? No, 94, 95. We played.
He was also at Bayern in the late 90s.
When did he sign?
I don't know when it was.
Sure, it was 94 when Klinsmann originally signed for Spurs.
But he was a globetrotter. He was at Monaco as well at some point.
Oh yeah. He had a little go around. Let me look at his history. I'm intrigued now. I don't want managers' history. I want players' history.
Germany used to have Klose and Klinsmann and Gary Moore.
No, Tottenham, 95, 96. You're right. 1995, he signed 1st of August.
Yeah,
1.4 million as well.
They were not showing the Premier League in America back then.
And do you know why I know that? Because guess who we played on the opening day of 95, 96 at Main Road? Tottenham.
Yeah.
God. How do we always
we were 1-0 down, and then Uwe Rosler got an equaliser. It was Ike Himmel's goalie. Debut.
He was in goal, yeah.
Kit Simons' debut.
Who? Wait,
Kit Simons.
Oh, yeah.
Gio Kinekladze's cheeky little debut. And there was something very special about that first day as well. We had a kit that, for some weird reason, our home kit for 95, 96 was a bit different. Because on the opening day, where it had brother, it had white bits put into the circles. They never wore that again.
Really? I know we had the brothers.
I don't know why. It was only done for that one game, and then they just went to the normal home kit. Yeah, I was there, mate. John Macken, Sean Wright Phillips. I was in the away end.
Joey Barton was sent off, wasn't he?
Joey Barton sent off at half time. I was there that day. Christine Ziegler, who had a real bad case of acne. It looked like
Ziegler, the Swiss guy.
Oh God!
He played in MLS like 7 years ago.
Don't forget Alvarez. Oof,
that was German. Is he German?
Reto Ziegler, Swiss guy.
No, Christine Ziegler.
Oh, Ziege, Christian Ziege.
Ziege. Was it Ziege? Yeah.
I know they both played for Tottenham. Yeah,
Get
Ziege.
a picture of that kit, then. Why would I like it? I was at the game, mate.
Euro 96.
Anyway, final thoughts, all.
Final thoughts already. Wow.
We did not get very many questions for that Q&A. I'm a little disappointed. I thought they were going to be
we didn't get a lot of
for our personal information and all this stuff,
Well, we got questions that are all just transfer based.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've figured out now. See, by the way, so you all don't know I'm lying. Here is the I always come off the man. Here is the where is it? Here it is. See, I don't lie. This is how good my memory is. There you go.
Yeah.
Look, you see the white bit there? Never happened again that season. That is Paul Walsh in the 1-1 draw on the opening day, August 1995 at Main Road. Okay, don't test my knowledge, mate. Don't test my knowledge.
Wait, did Judge Mo really say we're losing to Leeds and we're losing at home to Newcastle?
I swear down I know who Christian Ziege is.
Yeah, because we wore it once. I'm looking if there's any more questions. Katie, opinions on Nader Manua?
Here, let me guys ask you a question. We have 12 games left. Over or under 9 wins?
What is this? A betting site? Oh, it's did you put the 0.5 in there?
Over or under?
Over.
I'll take the over. I'll say 10.
I'm not going to give a number. I'm just going to say over.
But again,
and do you know what, Magnus? Do you remember where we sold Walshy to that season? We sent him back to Portsmouth for Jerry Craner.
We've had a lot of players who've also played for Portsmouth. David James,
we sent Paul Walsh away to buy Jerry Craney from Portsmouth. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but Alan Ball, hang your head in shame. Your first ever City game you watched, TB or Etihad, it doesn't matter. Or Main Road.
Oh, jeez.
It's difficult. I'm trying to think.
I know I watched games before this, but the first one that I actually remember is when Frank Lampard scored against Chelsea for City. I know I watched games before that, but I just can't remember. I don't remember which one. But the Lampard scoring against Chelsea and not celebrating just always sticks out in my head.
It definitely wasn't my first game, but like the first like one conscious memory was the 5-0 against Fulham where Demichelis scored his only goal for us. Actually, no, he scored against Gladbach in 15-16, but that's the one I remember. We beat him 5-0 and Demichelis scored from like 2 feet out. Ed, you're on mute, mate.
I have been to one game at the Etihad, and it was a 7-0 against Leipzig. I went into that game hoping that Holland would score 1 goal, and he scored 5. So get me back to the Etihad. Holland scores goals.
My game, my first ever City game I watched, City versus Coventry City, but that was live. The first one I watched.
I don't know why Martin would know this about him.
Good question from Cade, that as well.
What was Kate?
What was the first game Hamza watched?
Question. What did Kate?
No idea.
Best home and away kit.
Oh, the best away kit was the white or the purple in the 90s.
I am still to this
Big
day
brother.
obsessed with the Hacienda kit. I fucking love
Tell you
that
what we'll
kit.
do. How about
So
next
much.
week? We'll do kits. I want to talk kits. I want to do a kit stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do
Yeah.
a kit stream.
The Umbra ones, best era of City kits, hands down.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
down for next stateside? We do a kit stream.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So we all should just wear our should we all
Yeah,
wear our
welcome.
favorites?
Right. So next week
Let's
you have
wear
got
our
to wear,
favorites
you have
then,
got to
right?
wear the uniform.
Mate, my favorite one doesn't fit me anymore.
We can't
Them
just put it
hanging
on
up behind
Like
you.
this. Yeah.
I don't know if I have
we'll
it
do
with me.
that.
Yeah, but it is a good question. It might be.
Yeah,
at my
we'll do
parents'
that.
house.
We'll do kits next week because I've actually got for Christmas off one of my sons. I got a Manchester City kit history, and I've got loads. And I've got one that my son bought me. You know, from used to be on Deansgate football kits. That shop that was dead expensive, the authentic ones. He got me a Nicholas. He got me a 94-95. So not an Elka. 94-95 Manchester City away kit where we won at Blackburn 3-2 and Keith Girl, Uwe Rosler and Paul Walsh all scored in it. That is one of my nicest ever won. No, Terry hasn't. KJ did. KJ invited me.
Yeah, KJ does all the inviting.
KJ does the inviting.
Yeah, he's like.
I respectfully turned it down because I'm just so busy, and I respect what Terry does. It's just not my wheelhouse.
We will do a kit stream next week, but like off the top of my head, 13,
Yeah,
14.
we'll do a kit stream
The
next
white,
week.
black, and blue one with like the striped. I
Yes,
don't know how
down
it
the
is.
middle. Oh, I love that one. I love that one so much.
Yeah, and then the purple one from 14-15.
Oh, that
We
one's
won-
so good.
I think we won
too.
4-1 at Stoke in that kit.
I'm still obsessed with the Hacienda one.
So,
I'm
next
so
week-
obsessed with that Hacienda one. And the Treble shirt, the Treble home shirt with the red trim. I know it's recency bias, but
My favorite home kit is hands down 15-16 one that doesn't fit me anymore because I bought that in Manchester.
with the white
my first
collar. Is it the one
set.
with the
Yeah, my
collar?
first set, yeah, game.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one, yeah, I love that one so much. I love it so much I won't touch it anymore because
Anyway, we'll leave
I'm
it
afraid
there.
of turning the collar brown because
I
sweat
will
stuff,
go and
I
do
won't wear it ever again.
because I have to make my way up to the hospital. So I will start the space in about 10 minutes. I know it's a bit late. When is this history or quiz show? That's going to be international break. I discussed that with the team, and we're going to do that international break. And we're going to do teams. So at the moment, they're fighting over which team I go on.
Family Feud style though, where everyone gets to answer though, right?
Yeah.
Good.
I can only get 10 on the screen, so we'll do 5 and 5.
Nice.
Only one Arsenal fan was on the football. Ooh, I'm gonna listen to. I'm gonna
Yeah,
listen
they're
to
all
that
gonna hide
meltdown.
in tonight. So yeah, we'll do it there. So yeah, there will be a quiz show coming up. Anyway, big up to all. Kelsey, anything coming up on Truth today?
Steve and I are gonna do another Newcastle City preview tomorrow, and then we'll do another one in March. We're tired of playing each other. I think we're sometime. No, not tomorrow. Friday. We got the watch along for. We're not doing a lot of content right now. Patrick's not doing very well, so he's not streaming.
No, well, much.
I'm kind of bored of the panels right now, so I'm not really doing a lot of those. We're just kind of doing.
Some of your panels will be a bit quiet at the moment because it's not gone quite the way they all expected.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not
I don't
throwing
think
no
Mateus
shade.
has anything planned. I haven't heard anything from him, but yeah, we just got it. We'll do a preview for the Newcastle game. We'll do the watch along, and we're definitely gonna do all the watch alongs, but I have no idea what we're gonna do in between. We're just
on our mobiles for the quiz.
No, because see, that's the thing. I do wonder how you're going to do that because the chat's inevitably going to participate.
Yeah,
so like
well,
you're going to have to do honor system and say don't click the
we'll have
comments.
to. If you spoil the answers, you'll get banned in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh, but
just time out. I've got a timeout. Like a 10-minute timeout.
No,
I agree. It's the only way.
We'll time you out.
It's the only way, but
we'll time you out. No, we'll time them out.
But if I was in the chat, I would want to participate. That's the thing.
Well, we can always do two. We can split it into two quizzes then. One for the chat, one without. So the chat can cheer on a group they want, and then they can participate in the other one. The dictator is back. That's what I am, Curtis.
Dictator in chief. Dictator in chief.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, I don't know how you can't stop the chat though, Briggsy. That's the problem. I can't block other people's chat. I don't have control over what they're watching, and there's no way around that. So basically, I'll just stick a 10-second clock up, so you haven't got time. It'll take 10 seconds.
Smart.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, Ed, are you coming on the thing?
Pause. Yeah, I will definitely. You talking about tonight, right?
Yeah, about 5 minutes. Martin now policing the quiz while I police everything.
Yeah, I'm confused. Are you talking about this? Are you talking about tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I'll be there, mate. Of course I'll be there.
Danny, more than welcome. I know Kelsey will drop in at some point when she sobers up, maybe in a bit. She might go for a walk.
No, I'm not. I'm going to the hot springs. It's freezing cold out, and we just had a ton of snow. I'm gonna go sit in a hot spring
with a glass of bubbler.
No, because I have to.
I might have some bubbly in my hands tonight, so I will be talking reckless to anybody that comes into the space.
Simon says,
"I was gonna make like a hot swimming pool. I'm not gonna drink booze."
Sell that, Danny. He beat you to it.
Hot water and booze just don't mix.
Anyway, what we'll do is, and this is a great way. Tomorrow, don't forget at 8:30. This is now actually more vital than it's ever been. The rubber does meet the road now. There you go. 4 trophies, 2 teams. May the best team win now. See where we land. This is going to be a very spectacular next 2 months.
Yep,
Well,
I'm gonna age at minimum 5 years.
As you told me, Kate, guys,
10 years.
I'm doing 1 show.
Yeah, sure you are.
I'm doing 1. I'm doing it for a reason. Otherwise, I'll fall asleep in the hospital. That's not good. I need to be wakey. Anyway, yeah, don't forget on Friday, I'm not about at all. I am out of action from Friday. I'll be back Sunday. So tomorrow I'm on 6:30. I'm on Loaded Mag with Pete and the gang doing the Newcastle show. Then Thursday night chat will be back tomorrow from our fate with Rich, Ozzy, Pat, etc. And then Pat and Ed will cover me. Well, Ed's always with us anyway, over on 3 Black and White Eyes on Friday around 8-ish for the Newcastle Oil Brothers preview. And then we'll be back Sunday, Monday, depending on where I'm at hospital-wise. Because Friday, you will not see me. I am out of commission while my dad has his up. So, much love. I will speak to you all soon. Smash those likes. Nearly 2,500 already on here tonight. Big up to you all. Thank you so much. Please smash those likes. Hit that subscribe. You guys are legends. And it could not be done without any of you. The panel is amazing. You guys in the chat are amazing. Sit until we die. As always, up the Blues. You wanted a title race. You got one.
Arsenal is just a bigger Tottenham, baby. Let's go.